Hail and well met, humble friends. Welcome to the finale of Humblewood Yonderbound, the second season of Humblewood right here on Sword and Key. I'm Derek Sword. I am the Sword Half of Sword and Key. I use he, him pronouns. I am so fortunate to be joined once again by these very lovely individuals that you see around you. And you in the audience, thank you so much for joining. Apologize for the delay for tech issues, but we'll hope to make this worth it. In addition to making things worth it, I want to say this right at the top, there will, and I will say it multiple times, there will be a giveaway today that we will start probably at the halfway mark when we come back from our break for a licensed Humblewood miniature set that is unlicensedly, not a word, painted by Liz. Professionally, though, I'm going to consider Liz a professional painter. She has gotten paid for it. That's all that matters. So, yeah, you can get the, legit Humblewood miniatures. These aren't 3D printed. They come in the box. We will do a giveaway. We will ship internationally as well. Just wink, wink to perhaps one of our players on that one. But if you would like a set of Humblewood minis, these are like the standard characters you would find in the original Humblewood book that are expertly painted. You can enter our giveaway chat, or giveaway in chat here right after a break. I also want to say this is a Sword and Key production. You can find all of our links at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. Find all of our socials. You can join our Discord, be a part of our community. We're going to have what do I say? We're going to have a casting call later today. So it's going to post to our Discord first, and it's going to post on socials later. But if you want first dibs at that, Discord's the place to be. You can also find our affiliates. We are affiliates with a number of great companies like Long Dog Dice, if you're looking to get custom dice, Eldritch Foundry for custom minis, and Hit Point Press, the makers of Humblewood, and often the Griffin Saddlebag books, and Islands of Sina Una, animated spell cards, and so much cool stuff. And you can use our custom link if you're going to be purchasing anything from there. It's very much appreciated. You can also donate to Fauna and Flora International or any of our other great charitable organizations that we support, but this game in particular supports Fauna and Flora International. So any donations that you are generous and able enough to give can impact this game. You can give complications. You can give advantages and crits. The players might need those. So if you are feeling a little bit of generosity in your heart and a couple extra bucks in your wallet, feel free to put those towards the Tiltify link there for Fauna and Flora. We've hit some amazing goals from them. They've done some amazing giveaway stuff as well. So also I recommend checking out their shop. They got a lot of really cool stuff over there. All that said, let's go ahead and go around and have these lovely people introduce themselves, hopefully not for the last time, and we'll jump back into things. Shadow, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hi everybody, I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns, and maybe for the last time, I play Clarence. Look, I feel like we have to open, it's the finale, we have to open up with that. I play Clarence, he uses they, he pronouns. Clarence is a College of the Undead Road Bardlock.
Fantastic. Next up, we have Liz.
Hi friends, I'm Liz, and today I may be playing Bettie for the last time, apparently. Bettie is a, she's a barbarian, Storm Herald barbarian, and hopefully this will not be the last time that you see her.
Hopefully not.
Fingers crossed.
Next up, we have Queon.
Hello. Hi, I am Queon. I got my brother Queon across all of the internets. I use they, he pronouns, and I will be playing Soren Dryspell. He uses he, him pronouns, and he's just the most lucky, unlucky little Tilia guy who you never know might be consumed by a chimera bat today. Who knows?
Who indeed? I don't. Next up, we have Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns, so I get to play Mochi, who goes by she, her pronouns. And, I mean, if it's the last time we're meeting Mochi, it's only because she's gonna, like, ascend to half, like, godhood. It's the only option. Death can't contain her.
Wow, that cult has really deepened that schism, huh? We're even competing with our own god now. Last but absolutely not least, we have Christian.
Right, hey, my name is Christian, aka all over the internets. I am an award-winning TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space. And today, maybe for the last time, I am playing the ultimate wife guy, King of Crest Mountains himself, Argus Ironcaw, the Swift Strig Scofflaw fighter. Are we ready to do this, y'all?
We're gonna do this.
Oh, we're doing it. It's happening.
Thank you, Mitch, for that $30 donation for a complication. I'm sure we'll go to great use. Oh, look at the dog. Pretty sure I saw a dog pop up next to Christian too. But that
Now,
might
wait
just
a
be
minute.
fever dream.
I
Okay.
sh- I show puppy and we get a complication. This is your fault.
No,
This is
no,
your
don't blame
It's
the
why,
dog.
it's why I've hidden my puppy, so we don't get more complications.
Mitch's fault. Don't blame the dog. Okay. Well, if anyone likes the recap to get that inspiration, you're more than welcome to it. Otherwise, on, episodes 1 and episode finales, I am more than happy to do so. So, if anyone would like to, okay, then I'm happy to. Our humble heroes have seen much in their little corner of the world. The Humblewood only being a small section of the world of Everden. A section of that world that they saved once over from an endless winter, only to find out that that was a symptom of a greater illness in the world, an imbalance, an arrhythmic quality to the great rhythm of life, the balance of life and death. And so, with having lost a companion in their first bid to save their world, but gaining a new couple of friends, they journeyed far from home, back to the home of their new companion, Soren. And across storm and sea and jungle, they traversed battling pirates and sea monsters and elemental storms, and even a little bit amongst themselves. They have changed so much in this journey, not only gaining in levels, but gaining in confidence and making enemies into friends and changing ancient minds to reshape themselves into something better than they were before. Journeys are not calm things. They are not clean things. They are messy. Adventures often leave one changed at the end to where when you look in a mirror, are you the same person that you were before? Would you recognize the person that you were before only a short time ago? I hope the answer is no. And as these new heroes, these changed beings stand before this final cataclysm, this chimeric beast, a representation of that arrhythmic balance, a representation of chaos itself, they might feel fear in their hearts. They might feel that chill that comes down the spine. But that chill is warmed by the fact that they are together. Perhaps in this last moment, but together nonetheless. And as they stand and figure out how they are going to make it out of this last one, we're going to pick up. You all stand in an ancient petrified tree. Its long ago wooden branches turned to stone, and inside of this hollowed out tree, you have found the core elemental stones, these stones that seem to have within them these elemental beings. And as you all have identified these 5 stones that represent the 5 major elements, the balance of the Humblewood, you have tried to figure out, you've actually even replaced the Borealis into its stone, and you've tried to figure out what these stones mean. If there's something within them, does that thing need to be there? Or is it a prison? Is it a prison to protect that thing? Is it a prison to protect the rest of the world from whatever lies within? And as you're making these assertions, as you're looking at the walls that are carved themselves with these glowing images of these great ancient elemental beasts that you've never seen before, a creature has fallen from the darkness above, much as Queon described, chimeric and bat-like, multicolored, swelling with buboes around its neck that, as it let out a roar, also inhaled the elemental energy, seemingly sapping it from these stones. And as this thing has dug its claws into the wall, it's time to roll for initiative.
We could just not, right? We could just.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what if I say no?
What,
You just
what if-
leave,
Yeah.
right?
If we could just
Yeah.
the
yeah.
stairs on this map keep going up, so clearly we could just
Yeah,
Run away.
There
yeah.
are
Yeah.
options.
yeah, okay.
There,
all
there
right.
are always options. Okay.
God, thank half for being able to get advantage on my initiative. Oh.
Does anybody have a 20 or above?
20 exact.
20 exact. Christian, what about you?
21.
21. Okay. Right. What about 15 to 19?
16.
Betty, 16.
Clarence again. We're doing this again.
You buddy.
Until I got that sentinel shield, I was right there, down there with you.
Soren, what did you get?
I got an 8.
Okay. Clarence, what about you?
11.
Okay.
Double digits.
I made it.
Sorry, I meant to hit shift enter, so give me one.
The worst part is I don't have low dexterity, so I don't get it.
No, your dice just hate
Rolls.
you. I mean, I also don't have low dexterity.
It's just initiative.
I don't have good dexterity. I just always get to roll with advantage.
Chaos? That's what it's.
Chaos.
That's
I
what
don't
we're
like
calling
that.
it.
Okay, so let's see here. Where's my? There it is. You all are on this top platform here. You are right next to one of the core elemental stones, the Zephyr Rock. And again, you've kind of identified there's something swirling within it, that the energy seems to have taken some sort of semi-permeable form within. The outside of the rock kind of giving off this cold, almost like brisky nature. There's almost this swirling wind around it. And now several, well, let's see, what is the actual, like, as a crow flies distance? Let's see here. From Clarence, I guess 50 feet down, 45, depending on where you are. You have this large chimeric beast which has let out a roar, and its neck on this, like, elongate, like, you watch as the spinal column kind of, like, disconnects a little bit within it, and the neck kind of swirls around almost giraffe-like and whips around to look at all of you with this massive roar, this almost lion-like chimeric face, all these
Thank
horns
you.
kind of extending out of it. Again, several sets of wings on it, massive claws, but again, it looks pieced together, not stitched in a like a Frankenstein sort of way, but like in a Spore, the video game sort of way. Like somebody was like, I'm just gonna fucking make whatever. Like
That's a
they were
deep
putting
cut.
that.
Thank
It is a
you.
deep cut, but it is a cut that I really appreciate. So I hope somebody else does. Top of the order is Argus. What would you like to do?
Clarify for me, is it coming up or are we going down? Is it like, or is it like?
You all are higher up than this thing is, but this thing is hanging vertically off, like it's dug its claws in and is hanging vertically off the side of this this tree, this petrified tree.
Mhm.
So yes, if you could reach it, absolutely. You could jump. It would be a pretty sizable jump, because again, that would be 50 feet down. Or you could also take the boardwalk, but that would be a lot of walking.
Yeah. I am going to, in fact, jump, actually. Because I'm going to glide down. What
There
are
you
you
go.
doing there, dog? Why are you barking so much? Why? No, don't bark.
Yeah, burn it up.
And I'm just going to like look back at everybody else. If it's got to do something magical, figure it out. I'll try to distract it for long enough, and it'll just jump off. And then, as he like lines up the shot, to like reach it, he'll like stop gliding and just come down with the hammer. Just, on this thing to
Okay, go for
get
it.
it angry. Get angry. As we're gonna just try to bonk you on the head. Does a 22 hit?
A 22 exactly hits.
Oh. Okay, good to know. Good to know. That's the club we're in. Love that for us. 11 points of damage on the first hit. As he, you damn dog, goddamn, I love you so much. Gonna go like as he comes down, he's gonna rise back up with the second attack. We'll see. That's a natural 20. Huzzah!
Very nice.
Huzzah. We're gonna just roll those dice, and I'm gonna do a bunch of math. So I'm going to add misdirection to this. No, not misdirection. I'm sorry. What is it called? Blindside to this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This music is intense.
$45 damage for the second.
Okay.
And he's also pushed 5 feet.
Okay.
That even matters.
Okay, so 5 feet.
And all attacks against it have advantage. And then it's gonna just like skirt a little bit closer. just like looking down at this thing, and just being like, "Goddamn magical creatures! I hate this so much." And he's just gonna keep the assault up. No advantage.
Okay.
I'm glad that's got advantage because that's terrible. That's another 22 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Lord, Jesus Christ. 15 damage.
Okay.
And you know what? It's the last battle. It's the last battle. I got advantage. Fuck it. Just keep it growing. Just keep it rocking. Just keep it going.
Kill this one and its parents show up.
Oh God! Don't say that.
How dare you even say that?
Don't say that. Don't say these things. Because you cursed me. I got a 21 to hit. That's it. This is.
Oh.
What are you doing?
A curse is a 21.
Again. That's a 23 to hit. Good Lord.
Very nice.
Come on, dice, please. Don't do this to me. That's 11 more damage.
Okay.
And then last hit. Advantage me is another 24 to hit.
Very nice.
I can't get past it. I'm scared. For 10 damage.
Okay.
And do I have anything else? Please. Just trying to know. This is he. Wait, is that? And as a bonus action, I'm going to use misdirection. So can it give me a intelligence saving throw, DC 17?
Absolutely. Okay. Wow, doesn't really have. Has a +4 intelligence, but it doesn't have any bonus to its saving throws. So
+4 intelligence? What the hell?
That was a 16 on the dice. It's a dirty 20.
No, it succeeds. Son of a bitch. That's it for me. So.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to have this thing use one of its legendary actions. It is going to use something called Miasmal Flow. You can watch as those buboes on the side of its neck kind of swell. They're kind of swirling with all of this colorful energy, this like prismatic array that you recognize as being all of the colors of the stones that it just inhaled. And it is going to the buboes are going to deflate as it breathes all that out in an upward cone at all of you. So I will need a DC 23 Constitution saving throw, please.
This guy just got 24. Oh my god, what the hell?
Did you say 23?
A DC 23 Constitution saving throw.
I cannot pass that, I think.
You get a nat 20.
Yeah, I cannot. Well.
Well, but that puts me at 22.
Sure, but with saving throws, if you get a nat 20, that's an automatic success. It's not like the ability checks. Ability checks,
Fair.
it's like, yeah. But if you get
Yeah,
a nat
no,
20, you will automatically succeed.
I failed.
Okay. Who failed? Okay. So if you failed, you were going to take 40 points of necrotic damage. If you succeeded, that's 20. And you are also going to take 42 points of poison damage, or
Excuse me?
21 points of poison.
Does my poison resistance work for this?
It will. Yes, that would have that poison damage.
Wait. Just break that down for me again one more time.
So that is in total, what was it? It was 82 points.
Yeah.
Or you can have that into 41.
Whoa!
God, what the fuck?
That's hefty. Not gonna
How's
lie.
Clarence looking?
Is Clarence up?
Oh.
Oh god!
Jesus.
Parents got hit by a rainbow magical wave and then just passed out.
Clarence!
And I do want to check. You all took that long rest before we started this, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If
Good
I
to know.
hadn't taken tough, this would have been terrible for me as well.
My God.
Okay.
If I wouldn't have succeeded, this would have been bad.
Next up, we have Mochi.
Well, we're going to start by casting Beacon of Hope, and then we're going to heal Clarence. In that particular order.
Thanks, Mochi.
Let's change the dynamic of the fight a bunch.
No, fuck
Just
it,
a
we're
little
gonna-
bit.
Yeah, no, we're gonna Beacon of Hope. Everyone except for Argus, because Argus is out of range. Because you jumped. So I'm sorry, Argus. Everybody else has Beacon of Hope. I'm sorry.
So good.
And then we have to get Clarence back up. So we'll go 8, 12. You get 16 hit points back, which is not enough to take a hit, but it's more than 4.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that's bonus. That's action.
Oh,
That's
that's
it.
really good, actually. I didn't know Beacon of Hope does that.
Oh, yeah, Beacon of Hope's great. For the people under the influence of Beacon of Hope who don't know what it does, you have advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws. And when you get any kind of healing, it's max. So you don't have to roll for healing.
Very nice.
Yeah, which is
Alright.
why I was sad Argus jumped away, but I have everybody else.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my last legendary action for this turn order and take a claw attack at Argus. That's a 19 on the die with a plus 16. So
What?
Argus, you're going to take. I know.
Did you?
Argus?
What?
Did you make
got-
this thing?
They
I
really
did
said last
level
boss.
12,
I did
not
not.
20, Derek.
I
Last
did
fight.
not. I did not make this thing.
I love this.
Dude, yeah, I'm glad Shadow likes it. See, Shadow likes it.
No, I did put money on TPK. I did not put money on TPK before 8 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
Argus takes 10 points of slashing damage and is knocked prone. And then it is its proper turn.
What?
So yeah, so that's the last of its legendary actions.
For
let's
this turn
see.
order.
For this
Yeah.
turn
Weird,
order.
'cause
It
that's what
regains
you
them at
said.
the beginning. Yeah, it regains them at the beginning of its next turn.
Bonkers.
Let's
Get that breath back, cause good lord, holy shit.
This is
Oh
not
my
okay.
God.
Okay. It is going to use an ability called Teeming with Life. So you will watch as it claws Argus. Argus falls to the ground, falls to the planks. Its head snaps around in like this wild kind of swinging motion, and it looks like it's starting to like perk up something like a cat hairball, and it almost like a spinning Gatling gun spits out all of these small like gooey globules that then stick to the stones. It's only able to spit out 4. So it does spit out one that's directed at the Zephyr Stone nearest you. It spits out all except for one at the very bottom, which I believe is that's the gem seed. So you watch as out of this like this goop, these little spiky leech bug-like creatures attach these leech-like mouths to the sides of these stones, and you can watch them kind of pulsating as they seem to be sapping energy out of them. So that is it for his
And
turn.
these are like creature type things?
These are creatures. Yes, they
Okay.
are. They'll have a little icon here momentarily. Let's see. So then it's going to be these things' turns. So let's see. Who's going to be within 5 feet of the stone? I guess that would be Soren. So just Soren. These things are giving off a pretty nasty aura. And so you are going to take... Oh, where's my... what was that? 12 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Something about this I don't like. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like it.
I think that's fair. I think that is a fair assessment. Okay. So with that, then we're going to move on in the turn order to Bettie.
Yeah. All of this is awful, and I don't like any of it. I just want to put that in the space, make sure we're all on the same page here. Jesus. So you said it's what, like a 50-foot drop?
It's a 50-foot drop to get to where the monster is, to get where Argus is.
What is fall damage again? How is that?
1d6 per 10 feet.
Okay, I can't risk that. We're at the point where that could kill me, so we're not gonna do that.
I don't know if you're high enough level barbarian to have something that prevents any type of fall damage. There is something for barbarians. It's something.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
If you rage, don't you still have the fall damage?
I mean,
You would.
yeah, but
Not a good time either way right now.
Yeah. It's still pretty close. It's iffy as to whether or not that would take me out. We're looking kind of rough already. That was a big hit for the first one there. Okay. So, what does the creature on the Zephyr Rock look like again? Just like a leech?
Yeah. Let me show a little. I can send a little picture of him here.
You don't have to.
Yes, please do.
There we go.
There's so many
I'll post
things
this in
about
the
this I would say
Discord
no.
chat, but that's the Twitch or Zoom chat there.
I love
great.
that for us. This looks amazing.
I'm glad you let him kill you.
Gross. Okay.
Okay.
Well.
I think you're really cute and I want one.
Oh my Jesus.
You know
No,
what?
but
If you
look at-
play Strixhaven, these are pest mascots.
Yeah.
Cute little guys.
Look at its beady little eyes.
Heckin' no.
I would rather not look at it.
Heckin' no.
Yeah,
Also
I
fair.
would also rather not. Okay.
I hate everything about this. I hate all of this.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan. I mean, I'm gonna rage, obviously. Like that's what we do. And I guess how big is this wormy leechy thing?
The wormy lychee thing is, let's see, where are you? It counts as tiny.
That doesn't help.
So smaller than a halfling. For you all, this is probably, excuse me, is probably like one of the smallest insect things you've ever seen. It's still like, it's still pretty sizable. I mean, like, you know, big enough to carry in two hands. Like the size of a football, but they're getting bigger.
Okay. All right. I'm great. Love that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna move up here next to it and swing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm worried about damaging the stone. Like, that is my actual worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Betty, give me a nature check with advantage.
23.
Great. That's amazing.
Ironic.
Where does Betty's connection with like the tempest, with the storm, where does that originate from? Is that a spiritual thing? Is it a family thing?
I imagine that it came about from Betty actually being on the ocean on a ship during a big storm as
So-
like a way to ground herself while things were out of control.
So there's a relationship that you have with storms. There's a sense of respect, maybe even codependence in a certain way. If you're going to be channeling that kind of energy, you have to respect the danger, the power that's within. And I think in a certain way, that's a form of communication. And as you hesitate to swing this axe against this creature, worrying to damage the stone, there's this like literal electrical charge that stems from your brain down through your spinal column into the rest of your body, and that hesitation goes away. You feel the sense of confidence that in damaging the stone, like the thunder rolls above, and it's almost in that thunder through the stone of this long ago petrified tree. It reverberates into your feet, and you get this thought in your head that just says, "Just do it."
Okay.
And because of that amazing roll, I'll actually give you advantage on this attack roll.
Okay. Sorry, math is hard.
You're fine.
25 to hit.
25 absolutely hits.
Okay. 6, 9, 10. 15 damage.
15 damage. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
This creature looks incredibly injured, but remains, its leechy mouth still just sapping off of this energy.
In that case, I'm going to use my extra attack ability and swing again.
Okay.
That one is a 19 to hit.
19 absolutely hits.
Sweet. Nope, 14 damage.
Okay. Betty, you slice this grub in half and watch as it drops from the stone. And with carry through damage, you watch as your axe also lodges into the stone. It cleaves the stone apart just slightly.
No!
And you start to watch a little bit of this, like, this bluish white wispy energy start to seep out.
Exactly what I wanted to avoid.
You made another artifact!
Yay! Great. Amazing. Is drinking a potion a bonus action?
Yeah, I consider it a bonus action.
Okay, cool. We're gonna do that. So, that's 8, 16, 17, 20, right? You said it was
Yep.
max because
It is max.
Okay, good. All right, that's Betty's turn.
Great. Next up, then we have Clarence.
Okay. So this is only the first round. So, okay, Clarence is gonna look at the bat, gonna look at Soren, gonna look at the crystal, gonna like frown a little bit at Argus because Argus is so far away. And then Clarence is gonna sigh. I think Mochi would definitely know that is the sigh of Clarence choosing to do the right thing instead of the like more chaotic thing.
Proud of you, buddy.
Derek.
Mm-hmm.
The structure of this Zephyr crystal.
Yes.
So I remember at one point you said that when we touched the shard of the Borealis, that it could like burn us or something, right? Like it had like a physical effect.
The Borealis was like so cold to the touch that like you did have to kind of wrap it up a little bit. Like it was kind of thing if you stick your tongue to it, it would probably get stuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's safe to assume the Zephyr would have something similar going on.
The Zephyr Rock is much more, now that you've like rejoined its piece, has much more of a balanced nature to it. You're kind of like this. I won't need a roll for any of this just because you've been around it for long enough. You're getting the idea that the Borealis was a form of imbalance. It was like harsh winter, right? So when the Zephyr Rock is complete, it is much more like it represents storms and it represents a calm breeze, and so it also represents tornadoes. It has all of these things, but when they're brought to balance, it's hospitable. It's habitable to be around. So there is kind of like this soft, like slightly whipping wind. It's not enough to like move you or anything, but like your fur gets blown when you get close enough to this thing. And touching it, it feels cold. It feels like there's air pressure around it.
Would you say that Clarence could safely like get partially on top of it?
I would say so. I don't think that would be very difficult.
Okay, so kind of right where that grub thing was is where Clarence would go.
Okay.
Because there's the yes, okay, sorry, the menu. Because Clarence is going to start singing this song of, and it might be in a language that some people can't understand, but everybody who's new to Clarence gets the sense of like safe and cozy and home. And with that, Clarence is casting a globe of invulnerability. So it's the 10 foot out from Clarence, and it doesn't move when Clarence moves, and it lasts for a minute. Yeah, so any spells 5th level or lower don't affect anything inside of the globe.
Okay, so let's see. Right there, so that would be... Why don't you draw this? We're going to draw a circle, so 10 feet. Let's see. That's 5, 10. So there? Just about that.
Yes.
Cool. So yes, if you're in a square that the line touches, we will count that as part of the globe of invulnerability.
Okay, so yeah, so Clarence cast that. How far away is Nope, I'm in circle mode.
And Soren, you will be up next.
So, can I still see Argus from where I am?
Yeah, absolutely. You actually have like a vantage point now, so you're kind of like looking down over the boardwalk, seeing this bat-like creature that has kind of angled its neck back. It's taken a slash at Argus with one of its back feet that's like disjointed to almost turn around and slash at it. So you're getting like this bird's eye view of your bird.
Of the bird. Okay, great. With that, Argus is going to hear Clarence whisper a familiar tune as Clarence gives Argus Bardic Inspiration, which is a D10. And that's Clarence's turn.
Fantastic. Soren, it is up to you.
All right, beautiful. So Soren has seen this Zephyrock get a little destroyed. And I saw that wisp of energy come out. But I also saw that creature being held behind this.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get any feelings with that now?
Go ahead and give me a nature check at advantage as well.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Let's see it again. 23.
Great. Same as Betty's, weirdly enough.
Right.
Soren, there's this weird dichotomy in your brain of, I was told to protect these things, so why is there this encouraging moment when this stone is cleaved and this energy is coming out? It feels like altruism in a way. It's that thing like that you feel when you watch those videos of like somebody getting a deer that's been stuck in a fence. You're like, oh well, nature and but like at least somebody's helping nature get back to a balance sort of thing. You're getting that feeling of like emancipation on the behalf of someone else, that sense of freedom that's kind of being granted. And as you're looking at this stone, you see this as like in that cleaved moment as Betty has pulled out her axe, you look over and for just a brief second you see an eye looking back at you. It's prismatic and purplish and almost seems like it has a storm within the eye itself, but it blinks all the same and then swirls away inside the stone. Way too big for like the eye, if this is on the head of something, way too big for whatever's inside this stone for it to be like physically in there. But as you're watching this energy seep out, you're kind of getting the idea that there is something trying to get out of it. And that doesn't, I'm not going to say it makes you feel good, it makes you feel conflicted.
Does the thing or the creature still feel sad?
Yes. But there's now a twinge of hope to it, that there is a possibility of it getting free.
Okay, and last question, and please tell me if this is me digging too much. Does it feel this like the same malicious intent that we're getting from this chimera bat?
Malicious? No. So 23 nature, the chimera bat, like looking at what it has just spat out, like you're connected enough with nature. This thing is a parasite. It is an aberration. It is feeding off of other things. It is not bringing sustenance. It is imbalance. And as you look at this thing, it makes you sick to look at. The thing inside the stone, it doesn't feel benevolent, but it doesn't feel malicious. It feels elemental. It's inside of an elemental stone. Elements don't have good or bad. They are inherently chaotic neutral because they are not bound to one side or the other. They don't follow laws, and not that they break laws, they aren't bound by them. And this thing is giving off that kind of energy.
Okay. So with all of that information, what is swirling through Soren's mind in this very minute second, right? It's just it feels like the right thing to do to break these. It feels like whatever is being held behind these stones shouldn't be held here. It feels like a force of nature that should be free, and it would also make sense that like all of the shit that is going on, like the reason why we had so many issues with the weather is just because this elemental, its power was able to like be freed, and these stones are like holding it back. So like Soren isn't even going to look up, but he's gonna say to Bettie, hit it again. Just it'll be okay. Just hit it again. And then he's going to turn. Actually, first, before he turns, he's gonna touch the Zephyr Rock. And for like a split second, there's like a little jolt of electricity that like kind of like taps off onto his skin.
Mhm.
And he turns back towards this hecking chimera bat. And I would like, oh, hold on, I need to look at something very quickly to see how this could work, because I have some fuck shit planned for you, Derek.
Can't wait.
I definitely thought you were going to say I would like to rage, and I was like, wait a second. Wait.
Oh, you just wait.
The druid multi-classed into barbarian. What?
That is one of my favorite multi-classes, to be fair. I do love the Druid Barbarian.
Okay.
I love nature so much it makes me angry.
Okay.
It's cute aggression.
And this rock right here, I'm going to do a ping.
Mhm.
Well, like if I can figure out how to do that, right here.
Just hold down your cursor.
This one, that is, hold on, I have notes on this, but I don't have them right now. That's the Earth rock, right?
That is the understone. That's the
understone.
rock of stone, steel, dirt, anything that's brought up from the ground that is like not technically alive, not plant life.
Okay, I need to see how far. Oh, that's great. So Soren is going to pull out his sling, load in a pebble, and aim it at the Underrock.
Okay.
I am shooting my ball of wild earth, and I would like to see if it would absorb that material and become a golem of that stone specifically.
Interesting.
Because it says material and it says of earth, so a
does.
crystal is also material that it could do.
How dare you use my own words against me? Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to find where I sent that to you. I think that was in our main chat.
It is.
Yeah, there's a certain roll I think you need to make.
I do.
Okay.
So yeah, it's either a 10 to 14, it's a clay golem, 5 to 19, it's a stone, or on a 20, it's an iron golem.
Okay. I'm going to say that since this is like even above iron golem, it's going to be a 25.
Okay.
Or above, but regardless, it will absorb whatever's around it to become something more than likely, unless like it's an @1 or something like that.
Okay. So here's the thing, and feel free to tell me no, because I'm reaching for the moon right now.
It's okay, reach for the moon.
Can I use one of my crits?
You can. That would get you a 20, and depending on what your bonus is, you could potentially.
Okay. Is it just flat, or is it?
Well, I mean, a crit's gonna get you a 20 on whatever die you would roll, so then you would just.
Oh, it's a nature check. Oh, yeah, that's a 26.
Okay, great.
Hell yeah.
That's a
Let's
26,
go.
baby. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
So
yeah.
with that, I didn't have that pulled up. Let me pull up an equivalent golem.
Derek was
Which is
prepared for
different.
everything,
Okay.
just not this.
Hey,
Gotcha.
that's on me. Okay. So, also, fortunately for me, I don't have to add a token to the map because there's already one. So you watch as you throw the clay ball and it kind of and like wraps around this stone and kind of fills in the spaces. And you watch as like these two little eye holes just pop out, and a golem erupts out of the ground around, pulling maybe even from like the rock of the petrified tree. Its torso is this stone that is still pulsing. It does have the little leech creature still attached to it, but it has become a full, or golems, I think golems are large construct that you can command on your turn.
Okay. What kind of golem is he now?
Let's see. So iron golems are 16.
I just want to know. Don't ask. I'm just.
So the toughest golems out there are iron golems. I'm going to consider this an iron golem, but I'm also going to beef it up a little bit. So let's see. Iron golems typically have a poisonous breath. I'm probably going to reskin that. What I'm going to say is, because it's an iron golem, it's pulled in from just like natural metal stones. It's the equivalent of iron with this crystal. It is going to be. It will absorb fire damage. Cannot be changed in form by any spell or effect. It has magic resistance to saving throws on spells and other magical effects. Its weapons attacks are magical, so it does generate a cleaver-like sword that extends out of its form. Has a slam attack, so it can make 2 melee attacks, either slam or sword. And then I will also probably give it some sort of erupting earth that will have a recharge of 6.
Beautiful. All right. So does it take in all of the Understone then? Or
yeah, it's basically like it's Mighty Morphin timed itself into having like the torso of this thing is the stone, and then there's like extra arms and legs and a head that's kind of grown out of it, almost like crystallized out of it.
That is my son. I love him so much. So
Waves at you, hard.
the Understone is immaculate. If I'm commanding it on my turn, is it a free action or do I need to use my bonus for it?
It's going to be on its own turn that goes right after yours, or just on your turn. You don't have to use any action or anything to.
Beautiful. Yeah. So that was Soren's action. Sorry guys. And I would also like to go into my my sand form, just because that was a heavy hit, and I don't want that again.
For sure.
So you take a step backwards, you'll be fully inside the globe.
Absolutely.
And you do have in your sand form, you have your extra armor that gives you the extra AC.
Yep.
Yes, I will say that this golem can take an erupting earth. Since it's a 3rd level, I'll say on a recharge of 5 to 6. It can do erupting earth once on its turn. With
great.
Recharge.
Yeah.
Actually,
I just pulled up his stat block.
Yeah. So typically, okay. I'm sorry. I want to new stuff, so bear with me. I'm going to say it will do the erupting earth at 5th level, so it will do 5d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save.
But
So we'll add 2d12 to its base there, just for adding this stone to it.
Easy.
Cool. Okay.
Now it's his
Quote me
turn.
If I happen to forget.
Nope.
Fantastic. We are back to top of the order then with Arcus.
Hold on, wait. Is it his turn now?
His is in Arcus.
Understone.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. It is his turn. Please go ahead.
Oh, he's going to grab this leech that is on it and slam it down.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Will do. That's I just gotta just don't roll in that one, babe. That's a 5, but it's a plus 13 to hit, so that's an 18.
An 18. Okay. I believe an 18 definitely hits.
That is absolutely bonkers. Excuse me. I love him. I love him, Your Honor. Don't take him away from me. That is 17 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And then he is going to do it again.
Okay.
That is a 21 for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, hold on, I gotta look at his stat again. It's plus 7. 24 points of damage on that hit.
Great. The 24 would have been enough to just take out the little, pest in the first place.
Oh.
So did you want to carry over that damage at all? Is it hitting itself?
No, it's just
Okay.
like he's just breaking this thing at this point.
Yeah, no, it's a splatter mark on the
Yeah.
side. Like it's like it hit a windshield. And so that you've taken out that pest mascot. Very nice.
Love it. And as his reaction, he is going to like roar, and it just feels like an earthquake.
Incredible.
That's it. I'm done.
Fantastic. Okay. Yes, Argus, it is your turn. Christian, are you thinking?
You're muted.
I'm dealing with a dog here, and they're being a little munchkin.
You're doing fine.
If you can see them, right
we're all dealing with our
here,
own personal gremlins.
munchkin doesn't like to be alone. Yes, talking about you.
Poor baby.
Let's see. I'm gonna keep this thing distracted as much as I can.
Okay.
Just seeing the spit out gross worms, just being like, whatever. Can't do much about that. I'm sure my friends have got it. Hopefully. And we'll just attack 3 times, and we'll do its thing. That is a 24 to hit.
24 absolutely hits.
Thank you. Real high. 15 damage.
Great.
22 to hit.
Mhm.
For 11 damage.
Okay, so 26 so far.
Yeah. And last hit. 24 to hit.
Mhm.
For 11 more damage.
Okay, 37.
Anything else I can do? No, we used that already. Don't need to do that quite yet. Dead Blind's alright. Bonus action, I will try to misdirect again. So it needs to give me an intelligence saving throw, DC 17.
Okay, let's see. That's only an 11 on the die. I think I said he only had a +4, so that is a 15.
It will waste its reaction because there are no enemies 5 feet within its range, so.
Okay. I will use a legendary resistance, one of its 3 for
How dare you!
I know.
I can't believe you.
I have the
At
tools
least you
that I
burned
have.
it.
That's at least we burned it.
I'm fighting you on what are you gonna use resistance against me? How dare you! Legendary, my Patukas. Go ahead, it's your turn.
Okay.
Hit me with legendary actions, I guess.
Doesn't get him until the start of its turn. So, Mochi, it is your turn.
I too am struggling with a real life dog. Wait. Sorry, the land shark is destroying my room. Mochi's confused. Are we hurting the stones? What are we hitting?
Soren would just say, Mochi, hit the stones.
Hit the stones.
Not the
Fine.
moving one, but the other ones, yes.
I'm going to assume you know what you're doing.
I hope so.
Yep. Mochi will use her. God damn it! Quit it. Lava. Hang on, she's eating plastic. Get that here.
Oh no.
Nope, we got her. Mochi will use her Define Focus And I'm going to use one of my advantages to make an Arcana check that will let me use a cantrip that's not on the cleric spell list.
Okay.
Which we pass, thanks to the advantage. And Mochi is going to, having been heavily inspired by Clarence over the last few weeks, cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Excuse you?
Oh, Eldritch Blast. Pew, pew, pew. I get 3 beams at this level.
Let's go.
Hath? Does Hath know about this?
Yes, it's her
About to.
focus. Don't worry, Hath approves.
You hear Caliban, fuck him up, Mochi.
Oh no, no, we don't want Cal to approve.
Oh, so
no.
it's not another contract with Cal. Okay.
No,
That's
no,
what I
Hath-
was afraid
Hath is
of.
down with this. Let's see. I'm over here. We have 120 feet. Not that one. Not that one. We'll take the one. Oh God, cardinal directions. On the east side of the map, please.
Okay, that is the one that is currently a golem.
Oh, the whole thing is a golem. I thought the golem became the same material as the stone.
Nope.
The
just
golem
one.
absorbed the stone. Its torso is the stone.
Right, we'll get the west one then.
Okay, the cinder stone.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love these stones. I hope Gebo doesn't hate me.
Look, you tell me to break things, I'm gonna break things. I'm down with that.
That's the goal.
So I don't know how much these stones can take, so I'm just gonna put all 3 blasts on the cinder stone. I don't know what the AC of a cinder stone is, but is this my? I mean, it's just my spell attack modifier, right? That is a. How much is 17 and 8?
Enough. It is enough. It's 25.
16 and 8 and 9 and 8, 17.
17 does not get through the stone, but if you want to do damage for the first 2.
Yep. So 2 hit. And that's a 9 and a 10, so that's 19 force damage.
19 force damage. Very nice. Okay. You begin to watch as, almost like out of a forge or a crucible, like little bits of spraying magma and flame begin to kind of spray out, almost like a blowtorch that's kind of turned down. It's just kind of spouting that out of these little cracks that the Eldritch Blast has caused.
Okay, so that was my Dark Shard Amulet. Which is an action, but not a spell. So we're gonna bonus action. Oh God, everyone's down. Did I prep? I must have. Mass healing words is a bonus action. Yes, mass healing word.
Okay.
And Beacon of Hope is still up because nothing else was concentration. So that's 8, 12. That's another 16 hit points all around.
Great.
Except for Argus. I'm sorry, Argus. I'll get you with like your own private heal on the next one.
And you said
Okay.
16.
16.
16, yeah.
All right, Mochi. Go ahead.
Yeah. Movement wise, we're just gonna scoot over a little bit. Gonna get in there. There we go. Gotta get in the globe. That's my turn.
Right. Okay. It is this creature's turn. Cool. I misspoke before. The decaying breath was what it used on you before that did that incredible amount of damage. It is going to use its miasmal flow this time, and you'll watch as its body almost takes on this incorporeal, swirling, green, sickening mist sort of feel to it. Like its face kind of is like swirling in the mist that it kind of shifts and almost appears in 2 different places at once. And it is going to move up to all of you, passing through Argus's space. So Argus, I will need a DC 23 Constitution saving throw, please.
Does this occur attacks of opportunity?
It does not. Does not provoke opportunity attacks. Can move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, and creatures that it moves through must succeed on DC 23 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned until the end of its next turn.
I have the
Gross.
Bardic Inspiration die. I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
Is it a con save?
Yes. Con 23.
23. That is 23 exactly. So.
Fantastic. You are
Nice.
not poisoned. You don't take any damage. So this thing moves through and then clutches the edge of this platform that you're standing on and kind of hurls its way up, takes on its physical form once again, and it lurches over all of you. And for the first time, you hear this thing's voice as it almost like seems to develop vocal cords in that moment. You can watch like sinew snapping together in this thing's throat. And it looks down at all of you. It looks at the cracked stone. And it says, "Why are you wasting your time? You're only going to fail. I am the discordant darkness of dying cinders. The cacophonic doldrum where breeze never reaches. The disharmonic decimation of this world's foundations. I am the caterwauling drought to choke with dust. I'm the rasping blight to consume all life. I am the imbalance. I am what you made with your well-meanings and your blind hubris. I am chaos. I am the end. Accept it." And it is then going to take its attacks. So let's see. This thing did not get its decaying breath back, but it's going to make one bite attack and two claw attacks. So it is going to bite at Soren, claw at Bettie, and claw at Clarence.
No, thank you.
So about this globe.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
how does this work, Clarence? You
It
wanna-
doesn't help with
protects
that?
you from
Spells.
spells.
Ah, rude. Okay, got
Mm.
it. Thank you.
What a hater.
So this thing reaches through your globe of invulnerability. So Bettie, that is a 20.
Yeah.
23.
You don't even have to finish
Yeah.
it. Yes, 20.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. For Clarence, that is a 27, and for Soren, that is like 30 something. Has a plus 16 for all of its hits. So, Bettie, you are going to take 14 points of piercing damage and 6 points of necrotic damage.
Is that half or no?
You're raging, so the piercing damage would be halved. I don't think the necrotic damage is.
Okay.
So 7 points of piercing damage, 6 of necrotic. For let's see, Soren, that is 12 slashing damage, and you are knocked prone. And for Clarence, that is what was that? 15 slashing damage, and you are knocked prone.
Are these magical slashing damage?
All of its attacks, I believe, do count as magical damage.
Damn,
But it is
okay.
it is physically attacking with like its claws. These like very malshapen claws that seem to come from like 4 different animals with different lengths and jaggedness, and it's kind of slashing and swiping at you. That is it for its turn. Bettie, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, let's see. 5 feet, within 5 feet. He's the big monster's within 5 feet of me, yeah? Technically speaking, right?
It's gargantuan enough. It's within 5 feet. Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and attack because we are raging. We're going to attack. We're going to do 2 attacks, in fact, but we're going to use the first one against the rock. Does one get advantage on something that is not moving and like cannot move on its own, that is like the rock?
It's a good question.
Can I like line it up and just ka-chow?
Ciao.
Indeed.
It's a good question because typically it's an AC, but yeah, this thing isn't moving. If you're, this almost feels like you're taking a reckless attack on it, because typically if you were going to really line something up and take time, you're kind of opening yourself up to other attacks.
Yep.
So I would say yes, but if this thing goes to attack you next, it will have advantage on that attack.
This thing as in the thing within the rock or the monster?
Chaos.
Creature?
The monster
okay.
that is chaos. I was going to call it Discord, but that felt confusing.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. So we'll line it up really nice and attack the stone. So that is 18 damage on the stone.
Fantastic. What was the attack roll?
Oh. Let's see. Where's my reckless attack? Oh, it's just if I hit. I see.
Hmm.
Sorry.
You're good.
24?
Yeah, 24 absolutely hits.
Okay.
Just make sure. Okay. A massive cleave into this thing, and you start to see like this swirling energy within. Betty, you can swear that just for a moment on like where your axe pulls out, like there's a claw that's kind of reaching out at the edge of where the stone is, and then it pulls back away, almost like it's whipped away by like a short wind or sharp wind. Little feather falls out, very colorful.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess we're gonna hit again. Trying to shatter this bad boy. That is 15. Not as good.
A 15 does not hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Stone has an AC of 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
This does not. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't count as a hostile creature. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Then I'm going to take a legendary action to claw attack at Betty, because this thing sees you as an absolute target, and that's 26 to hit. So
sure.
Betty, you're going to take what is that? There we go. Only 10 points of slashing damage, and you are knocked prone. Okay. Next up, we have. Let's see. No. Clarence.
Okay. Okay. So this thing, we know I can talk. It says it's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's very large, a little scary. So I think you would hear Clarence. Like, you would hear Clarence chuckle, like just a little bit, just kind of like chuckle. Be like, and Clarence is just like, yeah, you may be chaos, but we're heroes of the Humblewood, and we're gonna kick your butt. And Clarence is going to bonus action. Nope. Wait. Yes. The globe is gonna drop.
Okay.
We're gonna bonus action. We're gonna hex the bat thing, chaos and chaos.
Shadow,
bat.
I know you said sugar muffins last time, but you can say hell. You don't have to say heck. Go ahead and hex.
Okay. So, the target will now have, disadvantage on where is it? Where does it say? Wait.
Looking at Hex.
No, well, I'm looking at something else to see what the saving throw is. Oh, it's wisdom. Okay. Ooh. This thing is gonna have disadvantage on strength.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Was that? It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna try to resist that. I'm just asking. No, it's good.
Gonna hold on
better
my other
things to
two.
save those resistances
Okay.
for.
Why would you do that? Don't do that. What's
Sorry,
wrong
that
with
was
you?
a
I'm
question.
just sitting here with my little +9 strength. I'm just going, oh, I'll be fine.
Oh no.
Plus 9 strength,
Plus
stronger than
9
giant.
strength.
Get
Shut
out.
up.
Great. Because now, Clarence is. I imagine that the decanter of endless water has been kind of clipped to Clarence's like little utility belt.
Hmm.
So Clarence is just gonna uncap that and is going to say the command word geyser and choose the bat monster.
Okay.
So 30 gallons of water gush forth in a 30-foot long, 1-foot wide line. It's no action to aim, just to be clear. Unlike cannons. So it does need to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
You know, Clarence, Shadow, I really have to hand it to you. With that disadvantage, I rolled a 10. With a +9 would have been fine. Then I rolled a 2, so that's only an 11. So Caliban looks up to you as you are unstoppering your decanter. He's like, listen, Clarence, I appreciate a little bit of maniacal laughter as much as the next necromantic tyrant, but if you're thirsty, I think there's better times.
Cal,
And-
you gotta trust me on this.
And then it's just like, oh, I like this. I like this idea better. This works.
You know what? I'm here to watch. I'm here to learn.
Yeah, and also here to like kill it if you really need to. So
You say when.
okay, you can have its soul. I don't care about its soul.
It doesn't smell like it has one. I'm really sorry.
Okay, well, it has a lot of pieces.
You
Anyway,
can have chaos' soul.
so does this count as an attack?
Actually, I'm not sure exactly how they've styled the decanter of endless water. So let's see. Decanter of endless. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, you can take they're counting as a magic action to remove the stopper. Have you used your action already?
This isn't my action.
Great, then perfect. So yeah, go ahead and it failed the strength saving throw. So go ahead and if you want to roll the 1d4 bludgeoning damage, and this thing will fall.
Wait, does it but it counts, does it, because if it counts as an attack, I also get to add a d6 of necrotic damage.
Yeah, it will. So in the new rules, they have magic actions and attack. It's the same fucking thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm reading the 2024 rules. Let me read the older ones, but it should just count as an action. You can add your additional
Okay. No,
damage
that's,
to it.
yeah. So I can add it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So that's so that's 3 bludgeoning and 4 necrotic damage, and it is supposed to take the prone condition. So I assume that means it drops 50 plus feet.
It does. It absolutely does.
Sorry,
it is
Argus.
unfortunately immune to necrotic damage, but it will take those 3 damage, and then it's going to take all that falling damage, because it doesn't have really anything to. It doesn't have a reaction to catch itself. So let me see how far this thing falls. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Good.
Need a line.
While
And-
Derek is doing math, I would like to remind my party members, because I saw people write down stuff when they got poison damage. You're immune to poison damage. We have Heroes Feast.
Oh,
wait. I
Don't
thought we
take
long
poison
rested.
damage. We're
Did we
immune.
long
You
rest,
didn't.
though?
You didn't technically long rest. You leveled up, so you
It's
haven't
24
gotten-
hours.
Yes.
oh.
We're
Wait a minute.
still immune to poison. Don't write down the poison damage. I saw you
Okay.
writing.
Oh, I
Gotta-
definitely did. Hold
gotta-
on.
Do
gotta
not
change
take
some
the
health
poison
dice.
damage.
I've taken it twice. Oh shit, hold on.
Oh,
It's
fuck's sake.
fine.
Yeah, I've got
That's my 6th level spell slot you're wasting, you assholes.
We
Sorry,
weren't trying
Mochi.
to. Hold on.
Sorry,
It's been a week.
Mochi.
I forgot.
I didn't mean it.
Let me just.
I'm trying so hard for you.
You did great.
Provide
I-
this delicious dinner, and you're all just gonna sit there.
And
I
take
definitely-
the damage.
Next time you're getting bread with nothing.
I definitely
Does it
have
do
it
the same
on my
thing? I'm cool with
character
that if it
sheet.
does.
Well, that helps out a lot.
That's why I. Oh, God.
That does help out a lot. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's
We'll remember
Oh,
going forward.
I
though.
remember
Don't-
now.
Don't worry.
there's nothing on D&D Beyond. It's like you had heroes.
Thanks,
I
Mom.
wrote it on my character sheet, like literally right underneath where my hit points are. I
Thank
wrote it
you,
there.
Liz.
I did, but I
Yes.
did not remember.
Oh, for
Ha!
I know. So, yeah.
You all watch as chaos falls over 100 feet down, and lands with a thud. Like the ground around it cracks. It takes 40 points of damage.
Good.
And Clarence, you note that like the water that you sprayed at it begins to kind of pool and starts to flow up the wall and kind of congeals and goes into the aquamarine stone.
Okay, I thought that was gonna be gross for a second, but it turned out to be okay.
Yeah, I was a little worried also.
Maybe it was the use of congealed. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
yeah. I don't
you know,
know.
it's fine.
Smoky.
It pools.
It pulls. And okay. Clarence is gonna stand up and is gonna look at Bettie and Soren and be like, "All right, I have a dimension door to use next. Who wants it?" And then that's the end of Clarence's turn.
God save us all.
I'm going to use the Miasmal Flow legendary action again. This thing will once again take on its incorporeal gaseous form, and it's not going to be able to reach all the way up, but it will get, let's see, right there. So we'll get on the other side of Argus this time. So this thing, once again, is going to pass through Argus, so I'll need that DC
So
23
rude.
Constitution save again.
This is the poison one, right?
There's the poison one, yeah. So you
Do
can't
I
be
even-
poisoned, right?
Yeah.
There you
Do I
go.
need
Never
to?
mind.
Yay!
That's
Okay. With
Good
that,
powers of
we go
Mochi.
to Soren's turn, and we'll take a break after that.
I will make Soren's turn as quick as possible.
Right.
Just because I see all of this happening. My friends and myself are getting wrecked. And so what it looks like is the sand that is Soren kind of like grows absurdly large. And it like engulfs all of you, and you feel like it feels like when your toes are in like a warm beach. I am casting mass cure wounds on everybody right now. And that is everyone, including Argus. So I will roll it for Argus, but everybody else gets the max 44. And Argus will get 27 HP back. So if 44 gets you back up to all the way, yay. Let's go ahead and take
It does,
that.
because I didn't take any poison damage.
Oh,
It
Rub it
puts
in.
me back there too, because I didn't either. And as my bonus action, I gotta look at it very quickly. No, he's too far. Wait. No, he's not. The same sand that is making us feel great and warm, I am throwing it directly into this thing's mouth, and I am hitting it with an abrasive blast.
Great. Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. Ooh. What is mine? Oh, yay. I like that. Roll. That is, I hate it here. Actually, I'm using one of my advantages for this. I got a lot of shit to burn. Okay, cool. Fuck, it's AC's 22. Never mind, it doesn't even hit.
Okay.
That's it.
And that's for your turn.
That's it for Soren.
Okay.
Now, my Understone child.
Yes.
He has an erupting earth that is 120 feet.
He does.
I am debating on how I want to do this because do I want to kill this creature? Or do I care more about breaking the stones? Soren looks at the Understone and it is going to, yeah, that one. It is going to aim for the Cinderstone.
Okay.
And I think because they may be these elemental things, but they are still stones. So the Understone kind of like governs over all of them. This erupting earth, it comes from within the stone, and it, depending on how this goes, it starts to get very jagged and it kind of breaks itself because it has to make a dex save. It can't do that.
It cannot do a dex save.
So yeah, and that would be an immediate fail for 5d12 damage.
Correct.
Give me a second as I roll all of that.
I should have noted before, because I was looking through the crits and advantages and everything. The complication was the little pests kind of coming out, so we have used that complication. And this thing is a plus 16. I'm going to go ahead and put all of my advantages and crits into a pool. So that'll be, 3 advantages, 4 crits, something like that. So I don't need them. Y'all can have them. Yeah, 3 advantages, 4 crits that I will add to the already 4 floating crits.
I don't need them. Y'all can have them. It's it's bad enough. Don't
like
worry.
I feel bad for my players for hitting you so
it's not
hard.
about feeling bad. It's just I don't think it's fair at a plus 16 to also crit on all of you. I'll let my dice tell that story.
It's like giving us a few legendary resistances that he already has as well.
Yes.
It's evening the playing field.
Right. But yeah, so that, hold on, wait, it was 33 points of damage.
33. Okay.
And I would like to see if this little thing over here makes that save. So
Oh, the pest mascot? I was going to assume that. I was just going to assume it didn't. It has a plus 2 dex. And
Great.
Yeah, it does. No, that's a 9.
Lovely. So yeah, 33 points of damage to both the stone and this little creature thing.
Great. Okay. Soren, this stone breaks open. And what happens next, I will describe after we come back from break. So, stick around. We'll be back in like 5 to 10. Go ahead and do the things, pitch pets. God knows we are. And please enjoy our ad reel. Please feel free to use our custom link if you are purchasing anything from Hit Point Press. Tip or actually donate to Fauna and Flora International to continue to impact our game. And otherwise, just check out the rest of our links. We'll be back soon.
Bye.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the finale of Humblewood Yonderbound Season 2. of Humblewood. We're right in the middle of the big fight, but before that, I do want to say a couple things. First of all, the giveaway is live. You can enter the giveaway right now with the word finale. You can see in chat and enter to win a expertly painted by Liz custom set of official Humblewood minis. We will ship internationally. You just have to enter to win. We're just celebrating that we got this far. Also, an application just went live for Sword and Key. It is on the Discord, also on some of our socials. So this is for a game that is going to be run here in the near future. It's using the system Heroic Chord. It is Fragments of Loss. It's run by the wonderful Phoenix Femme 24, Angela. So if that is a game that you might have interest in, check out the application that is posted right now. You can join our Discord through beacons.ai/swordandkey, and I will have the application up on our beacons here shortly as well. Great. Okay, let's jump back into stuff. So, when we left Soren, you had your stone golem destroy the cinder stone. Basically, erupting earth caused this rock just to split apart, just absolutely shattering. All of these fractal bits all just splitting apart, and like an egg, this thing hatches. And in a burst of light and energy that's almost blinding at first, it's like a volcano erupting. It's like a bomb going off. It is an explosion of fiery energy that all expands outwards. And out of this thing, you see two claws kind of pull their way up. This thing's way too massive to be held within this already large stone. To many of you, this may be a familiar looking entity that you saw ever so briefly at the end of your last campaign. Almost what we might consider demonic figure, Balrog-esque with these curved horns, the skeletal face. It almost has like lava rock as a skeletal system, where its body and its proper form made of this like living fire and just molten liquid flame, and it pulls its way out and looks to all of you, looks to this creature, and as it does, its eyes turn away from all of you, focuses solely on the creature, and it lays into this thing, just uses its entire form and just tackles this thing, all of this flaming energy bursting into it. And it almost flows through it to the other end and channels itself into these ley lines within the stone, these glowing lines. You see it actually match up with a symbol that you realize is depicting it. And as it does, and the lines become yellow and orangish and red and flaming bright, it climbs up all of those lines to the very top, the ceiling of this tree, and the energy seems to flow upwards and out, no longer being there. The other thing that you notice is there's still a bit of flame energy left behind. And almost trailing behind it, almost following it, you see all of these little flame sprites. And Mochi, Clarence, Argus, you'd recognize one familiar looking one. Small, armored squirrel individual, a Gerbine. Liz, if you would like to make a roll for me, if you would like to roll me 10d6.
Oh, butts. Yeah, I would love to.
Is this a Marley check?
It's a Marley check.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I chose the right one.
Well, Mochi's out.
Shout out to Yana for my beautiful hand-painted dice from today. 6, 11, 16, 18, 23, 25, 28, 32, 37.
37. Okay. Okay. When you broke the stone, this chaos lost a fifth of its hit points. And then in addition to that, the spirit that was Marley has done some additional damage to it. So this is a concentrated fireball. And you watch as she draws a flaming blade, she slices through this thing, And then with these eyes of cinder, of living flame, she looks to all of you and just waves. And she too flows through the lines of this place and outwards. Let's go back to top of the order then with Argus.
So I'm seeing everyone smash different stones, and am I seeing chaos being affected like with each stone's destructions?
With the stone's destruction, this thing, like, as the elemental representation of fire blasted through this thing, you've seen like parts of it ripped off. Like, there's coloration in this thing that's fading, especially the warmer color spectrum. The reds and yellows and oranges are all kind of fading from this thing. It's like
Gotcha.
it's lost its connect to the parasitic nature that it had with fire.
Cool. Sick. Love to hear that. Seeing that, seeing the monster. This crystal here is still intact, right?
Yes, that one is the golem, so it has not taken any.
Oh, it's the golem. Okay.
That's my golem. Don't
Okay.
hurt my son.
That's the
Are there
My
boy.
golem.
what's any more?
Down
The Zephyr
below.
Stone that everyone's kind of around, that has taken the most damage. The other 3 that are left are untouched.
Okay. Question is, do I leave this spot, or do I keep just trying to distract this thing? Because I do want. I want its reaction gone, and I want its attention to not be on everybody because you're all clustered there. And I see Queon shaking their head, vehemently in agreement.
It's real bad over here. Okay.
Yeah, it's a rough time. I guess so. I will keep trying to just keep this thing distracted then, and I will hit chaos with my hammer.
By all means.
It's hammer time. Da-da, da-da.
We still have advantages in crits.
Fantastic. I would use one of those crits. I have crits. What the fuck? I don't need to use the pool. I have crits up the wazoo. Or not crits. I have advantages up the wazoo, so I'm gonna use that advantage.
Go for it. Hammer don't hurt him.
Please hurt him. 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 16 damage.
Okay.
Damn, that's one's a crit. 29 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe you got him up, please. That's 16 more points of damage.
Okay.
Last hit. That's 24 to hit.
Okay.
17 points of damage.
Very nice.
And make me another intelligence saving throw.
I'll go ahead and well, I'll make it. I was gonna say
How dare you?
I'll burn another one.
dare you.
Yeah, so that's 15 plus 4. If
Yeah,
that doesn't
that'll-
succeed.
That'll make it.
Okay.
As he's just trying to smack this thing in the back. You know, honestly, can I climb on this thing?
Yeah. Actually, that is something that kind of goes by the wayside in D&D, but you can climb atop things. It is actually part of the action economy. So let me look up here. Let's see. Okay, there's a number of actions. You can search, study, influence, dodge, ready, utilize. No, there is climb. I think it's like grapple. I think it's contested athletics or acrobatics.
Mhm.
Climb, the climb, mountain climb. I'm going to. think I remember this well enough that I'm going to say it is contested strength and athletics as you're trying to climb atop this thing. So whichever you would like to use, I will roll for chaos. Okay. So chaos got a 22.
I have advantage because of my claws. So see, you said 22. I got a 24.
Great. Then yes, you climb on the back of this thing. Its wings kind of like trying to shake you off. Its shuddering body, you can feel like its spinal column kind of cricking and cracking as it's trying to twist this misshapen form, trying to shake you loose. But you hold on all the same.
He's just like, keep going.
Okay. Next in the turn order, then we have Mochi.
Thank God for Heroes Feast, because that's the only one that's keeping her from a mental breakdown. After seeing Spirit Marley and the fire creature that ended everything. Not particularly thrilled with Soren right now, because fuck you for bringing up my PTSD while we're fighting.
Don't blame Soren, he didn't know.
But Clarence offered a dimension door, so Mochi's gonna cling on to Clarence and say, all right, to the middle. And I will hold until Clarence dimension doors us.
Okay. Like, do this.
Backpacking on Clarence. Wait, who's bigger?
Okay. So holding your action until you move. Then it is then Chaos's turn. Chaos with Argus on his back. Let's see. He really wants to shake you loose. Okay. 2 bite on that. Okay, I'm gonna see if he can get his decaying breath back. Nope, that's a 1 on the die. Okay, then he is just going to use his movement to bite and claw. He is going to move upwards, so I will move Argus and him together. And he will move up here once again, and he is going to bite at Soren, claw at Bettie, and then claw at Clarence.
No, thank you.
Because
no, please. This is on me.
he is attacking my allies, I will use Sentinel to hit him again.
Perfect.
Leave me alone. I'm just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Clarence, does an 18 hit? Let me see. 17. Okay.
An 18 does hit, yes.
Okay. All right. So, Soren, you are going to take... Oh my goodness.
Would he roll on me again? Another 32?
No, nothing that sizable. That is 16 piercing damage and D12. There we go. And 12 necrotic damage. For Clarence and for Bettie, that is going to be for Clarence, that's 11 slashing damage. You're knocked prone. For Bettie, that is 15 slashing damage, and you are knocked prone.
Melee attack?
There's melee attack.
Okay, so as a reaction, Clarence can activate their cloak of spines.
Okay.
To reduce the damage by 2d4 and then deal 2d4 points of magical piercing damage back at the attacker.
Great.
So
And then, yeah, go ahead.
that'll be 4. Just for your knowledge.
And then Argus, if you want to do your damage as well.
28 to hit, 16 damage.
20 does not hit.
28.
Oh,
to
28. Then yes. And I'm sorry, 18 damage.
16.
16. Okay. Cool. All right. 16. There we go. Cool. All right, that is it for his turn. There is one little leech left that still seems to be sapping energy down below. But that is it for their turn. You're not near enough to any of them for them to do anything to you. So next up, we will have Betty.
Mm-hmm. Betty is going to attack the Zephyr Rock. And I am gonna use some of my advantages here so we can hopefully get some good hits. Okay, but maybe better than that would be like super.
You got crits? You got advantages?
Yeah,
There's
I
crits.
got advantages. I got crits, but when you roll the same thing on 2 dice, it doesn't really
That's
Sure.
fair.
do anything for you. It's a 17 though to hit a rock.
17 does not break
That's
through
right.
the
You said
rock.
it was 20, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, we're gonna try again.
it's a tough rock.
It's a really hard rock. Apparently.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit to call it Dwayne, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's low-hanging fruit for a reason.
Nope. I did not hit on either of those attacks. So.
Okay, deeper cut. We can call it Sean Connery because it's the rock.
Jesus.
See if anybody gets that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to get that one. Thank you.
Fantastic.
I don't think there's anything else. Yeah.
Okay. Then we are up to Clarence.
Alright. First thing, Clarence does the little chanting, and Clarence and Mochi will then dimension door to this little part of the boardwalk. And then so that was the action, and then the bonus action. Clarence is going to Bardic Inspire Mochi. Alright, Mochi, do whatever you were gonna do.
Alrighty. That pretty green stone down at the bottom has had 0 damage so far, right?
0 damage. Yep.
So look, we're still not thrilled with Queon, but apparently we have to break these stones.
Let's not blame the player. We can blame the character.
Fair enough. Soren. We'll blame Soren. I don't know what's gonna come out of this one. It's a big, scary, gross thing, probably. I will use one of my criticals and cast. Oh, harm feels like overkill on a rock, you know? We'll upcast. We'll create an upcast guiding bolt.
Okay.
So that's when I say upcast, it's a 1st level spell. We can go to 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4d6, 5d6, 6d6, critical, double dice. So nice. Uh, 54 points of damage.
Mochi, you shatter this rock with your guiding bolt. As you do, you watch it split very similarly to the cinder stone, but in less of an explosion, more as a form of growth. This thing splits in the way a seed splits, and something seems to grow from it. It emanates out this shape, a shape that Soren kind of identified earlier in the last episode, and this massive tortoise-like foot stomps out into the ground, and as it does, this verdancy grows out from it, grass and vines and leaves and weeds, just any kind of natural growth from it. And as this thing pulls its way free, you see a Zaratan-like creature, this massive tortoise turtle-like creature, and on its back it has an entire forest, just leaves and trees and like different biomes seemingly all kind of blended into one in all the different seasons. And this thing leaps upwards in a way that I don't think turtles really can. And as it does, all of that verdancy seems to spread out from it, all these vines twisting, and it blasts into this creature that is attacking you, completely ignoring any damage to Argus, completely ignoring any damage. It's directed completely at you. And this monster shudders with the chaos monster shudders with the amount of impact that comes from it, seemingly sapping life back from the chaos and into this elemental beast. And as that elemental beast does that, it channels itself into those ley lines, and in a green, just glowing, almost with like the smell of like fresh cut grass and the smell of aged wood, it climbs its way up this petrified tree and outwards and is gone. And this chaos monster is going to lose another fifth of its hit points.
See, I like that one better. That one's nice. We're good with this one. This was
that one doesn't come with trauma attached to it.
No. God. Poor Moch. We're doing fine, right? I don't have to take drastic measures.
No, save the drastic measures for later.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Oh, I might just pop out the duplicate just in case, since it's been doing melee attacks, and I'm just a little baby. We're just gonna pop out second Mochi over here to take some heat if needed. I don't need to move because Clarence put me exactly where I wanted to be. Thank you, Clarence.
Great. Okay. Well, then I'm going to give Chaos its next legendary action, and it is going to use its miasmal flow, so it will become incorporeal one more time. And it will fly down here. So Argus, because you can glide, you're not going to take any falling damage from this, but you are going to land right next to fake Mochi, Fochi, and the creature. Yes, Matcha. The chaos creature will land basically with like paws on either side of Clarence and Mochi, then kind of snarling down at you. But that is all it can do for its legendary action. And so, Soren, it is your turn.
Pardon me as my voice tries to fix itself because the amount of high pitches that I have reached while I was being slandered. Excuse me very much. Talking about
you summoned my dead squirrel friend.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
You're talking
that's
about.
on me. Blame the person who did it. Okay.
You're talking about that. I am literally destroying everything that I've ever loved in life.
Yeah, but you're putting one over on the toucan lady.
Breaking. My whole life
but
is
you're
breaking
pissing off the toucan lady.
Listen, I'm getting a therapist next week. Until then, you all have to suffer. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Here, you know what? With
the Q&A is just all of us with a therapist.
I'm not getting no damn therapist.
How did that make you feel?
It didn't.
Yeah, there's couples counseling, then there's D&D party counseling. I think that would be a really great market, honestly.
Seeing that this thing has left, and I keep seeing these elements, basically, what it looks like is like they're drawing their power back. Mm-hmm. So Soren has an idea, and if this thing is taking the power of these elementals, he sees it as like the dark side of the elements, this is for lack of a better word, like the darkness itself. Wish I would have thought about this earlier to just like encapsulate it, but it's fine. We've got trauma, so whatever. The only way that Soren can see of dispelling this darkness is with just a little bit of light. And with the residuals that have left with this earth elemental, well, not the earth elemental, this life elemental? Who knows? Forest? Sure. His staff starts to like sprout all these flowers up into like from the bottom of it up to the top of it. It's just like sakura blooms and all of these flowers that normally would never bloom on his staff. Um, and I am going to hit this demonic creature with Moonbeam.
Okay.
Excuse me as I pull it up. I'm using Bud is helping out with this, by the way.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, you just see like from the very top of everything, like this brilliant white column just like strike him right in the middle. He has to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He has a plus 15 to his con save.
I don't give a damn.
That is a 10 plus 15, so that's 25.
I rolled a 2, actually.
Then he's going to use his legendary resistance.
Perfect. At least it's gone.
Jerk.
At least it's another one gone. Those don't
Yeah.
regenerate.
Yeah. What a jerk. So he's still gonna take half of this radiant damage though.
Yes.
Enjoy 6 points of radiant damage to the face. And Soren is just gonna climb down onto the wall, just about like right here.
Great.
Leaving Bettie with the Zephyr Rock just because it's like you have you are the storm, so it's like it makes the most sense for you.
She knows, maybe.
So yeah, that is the end of Soren's turn. But our Understone. I rolled a 6 to recharge the the earth. I am 100% doing it again on the Aquamarine.
Awesome.
So yeah, excuse me as I roll these beautiful bean footages. Calculate. Thank you. It's a lot of damage, so it took a little bit of time. 44 points of damage towards the Aquamarine. So basically the same thing. It starts to splinter and crack and also shoot out and take out this fucking leech on top of it.
And it does that. Something I hadn't mentioned up to this point. This thing Chaos has been regaining hit points from these leeches on every turn.
Great.
But it is, they're all gone now. So it can't do that. The Aquamarine Stone still has a few hit points left, but has taken some pretty severe damage. It's actually leaking water out. It's almost like watching waves crash on a breaker, where you can see that there's like splashing. It smells like saline. It smells like salt water is splashing out. That low tide kind of smell is emanating from it, and you can hear like thunder rumbling within as well.
Beautiful. That is our turn. Fantastic.
Okay. Next up, then we have Claire. No, we have Argus. We just, right? Yes, yeah, because we're back to top the order with Argus.
Argus.
Don't call me a goose. I'm an owl. How's this thing looking now that like?
Pretty rough. Yeah, you're in the double digits.
Okay. All right. What am I looking at? Crits and advantage wise again?
We got quite a few.
Yeah. It's just gonna. No. I'm gonna teleport with my abilities as he just like turns into a cloud of feathers and lands right back on top of this thing. Center mass. Jesus. He just doesn't even say anything. And he just bang, 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 and he's just hammering down on this
Go for
thing,
it.
spiking. As I do so with advantages, we're just gonna roll.
Thinking for Argus.
Does it count as flanking if I'm on top of this thing?
If it's a gargantuan creature, you technically can't flank it. It's too big.
Okay, that's fair.
Silly. It's worth a shot though. That's 26 to hit,
Mhm.
17 damage. My clicks are fun.
Yeah, how wild would it be to have two people on opposite side of a Tarrasque and be like, we're flanking it!
We're flanking it!
Like it.
Technically!
Look, if you've tried to sleep with a mosquito in your room, you know that the small things can be truly obnoxious.
It's true.
That's 28 to hit.
Yep.
For 14 damage.
Okay.
Then my last hit. It's 26 to hit
Yeah.
for 18 damage. Mac, baby.
Okay. So, why did it do that? So, oh, because that's why. Okay, 17 plus 14 plus 18 is 49 damage in total. Okay. Oh, that's Argus. There we go. I was like, why did it not pull up the hit points? There we go. Cool. So, yeah, this thing's looking pretty rough. Go ahead and give me either an athletics or acrobatics check that's going to be contested to see if this thing can wiggle you off after your attacks.
Bardic inspiration yet?
Yeah, I have not used that yet, so I will probably use that. What was it, a D10?
Yes.
We got a 23.
It's 30.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You remain on this thing's back then. It is going to then take a claw attack at Mochi. So with its
As it does so, I will hit it again.
yeah, I was gonna say you're sentineling. Okay, so Mochi, that's 15 plus 16 to hit, and you're just going to take 13 points of slashing damage, and you are knocked prone. And then Argus, your sentinel attack.
Sentinel attack. I accidentally clicked off the page because I'm a fool. In my excitement. Lovely. We love to back out of a page. Fantastic.
Derek, is that magical slashing damage?
Yeah, it's a magical creature.
Sad.
28 to hit
Mhm.
for 16 damage.
Okay. Cool. All right, then. Let's see. Next in the order, I believe, is Bettie.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my crits to go ahead and smash this rock.
Go for it. Go ahead and you can
So-
double dice or double damage.
Let's double. Christ. Let's double the dice. Oh, okay, God, I was looking at the wrong thing and I was like, why do I have D10s
I think I
written down?
misspoke because I didn't mean to skip Mochi's turn. I was wrong about the order. So
Oh.
hold that thought. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
It's not
I-
gonna change, don't
I
worry.
conflated the two because that was a legendary action. So it is Mochi's turn, and then it'll be Chaos, and then it will be Bettie. I'm so sorry. I should have double checked. So
Attack.
Anniek,
It's looking rough.
it's looking pretty rough.
I'm not allowed to touch the golem because Soren made a friend.
Literally.
Yep. It's right next to me and I don't like it. So I'm going to use another critical. And this time I'm using the critical on the spell Harm.
Okay.
Which is 60 feet. And then I already saw that that thing is immune to necrotic damage. So I am going for the other stone that's still left.
Okay.
Fortunately, Harm is range in the 2014 rules.
Is it necrotic damage?
Harm?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be.
Okay. I will say that stones, by their very nature, are immune to necrotic, poison, psychic
rude.
damage.
I will just Dying Bolt again then.
Okay.
I still have spell slots. Will upcast and critical another Guiding Bolt. Does Bardic Inspiration go on damage as well, or just attack?
Just attack, roll, saving throws.
Mhm.
16, 18 times 2.
$18 times
Does
2.
it-
So we said.
Yeah, and I'm also, no, it doesn't get my wisdom modifier. That is sad. Yeah, no, 36. No wisdom modifier.
36 aimed at the blue rock.
Yep.
Great. It only had 6 hit points left. So, Mochi, you watch as this thing splits open, like waves breaking on a beach, like a cresting tsunami. This thing just splits open with like water splashing all of the fractaline rock across the boardwalk and even down. It's like a dam has broken as the water all just kind of spills out. And what flies out of this thing in a spout of water, my other game would be very familiar with. Tentacles, and it's amalgamation of many oceanic creatures. It seems to have like the teeth of a sperm whale and the tentacles of a giant squid and shark fins and jellyfish stingers, and it's semi-permeable at parts, and it has an anglerfish nodule, and just this kraken leaps forward and twists its tentacles around this creature. Again, Argus, totally fine. Maybe wet as this thing splashes you, like you're at, SeaWorld when SeaWorld was never okay, but it was more acceptable at one point. But you kind of get in the splash zone there, and this thing takes away another fifth of Chaos's hit points, and then it seeps its way out of this tree onto the wall and upwards.
Should have brought my bodyboard.
Should have.
Should have brought my bodyboard. I got hit, and I hate it. I'm just gonna healing word myself real quick. Get back up to full. Because despite the amount of times I've been hit, I maintain concentration.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Still
for your
not
turn?
moving. I'm just gonna stand next to it.
Cool.
It doesn't matter where I go. It's gonna follow me everywhere. Nightmares.
Okay. It is, I believe, Chaos's turn. Okay. Yes. Chaos is looking pretty rough at this point, and it's just absolutely snarling. Coloration has left it. Its form is shriveling, like its musculature is like deflating essentially, and it's looking very sinewy at this point.
Boss,
What's up?
go make that Constitution save and throw again.
Okay. That is a 15 on the die, and I think Con is pretty high.
That's okay.
Con's, yeah, it's a 30.
It's fine. You're still going to take another 6 points of radiant damage.
Great.
Is it a shape changer?
How do you want to do this, though?
It doesn't. It technically isn't. It doesn't change its shape at all. It doesn't
Okay.
like wild shape or anything like that.
I was just wondering because if the miasma mist was a thing, he rolls those at disadvantage. So
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if that counts as a
I
shape
don't think
changer
so.
for Moonbeam.
I
Yeah,
don't think so.
that's a good question though. Okay. This creature is going to look down at its options. Its options being Argus. Well, Argus is kind of on its back, so mostly Mochi and Clarence. Clarence, you're looking particularly appetizing at this point. This thing is going to use Blight. It is going to use Blight at 6th level. So I will need a Constitution save from you, please.
Oh no.
Okay. Can I crit this or can
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, put those crits to good use, baby.
Use them. That's what they're there for. Don't die again.
I'll use that.
It's like our own form of legendary resistance.
And then
Then again, if you do die, we can roll on the Humblewood reincarnation table. I'm
Yeah,
just putting it
don't-
out there.
threaten me with a good time. So that's just a regular 20, Derek.
Great. Okay, well that's still, a crit on a saving throw is a success. So Clarence, you are going to take what type of damage is this? 30 points of necrotic damage, I believe, is
What?
blight. Yeah, it was 80, or sorry, it was 60. So that the half is 30. Half as much on a successful one. Okay. Yes. And then this thing is going to use one of its legendary actions to cast Mass Cure Wounds on itself. So it is, let's see.
This is the part where
Okay.
I wonder why none of us have counterspell.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot of arcane casters.
Oh, right. So it is going to seep out, or seep in rather, some of that magical energy again, and you'll watch as some of its like muscles kind of pop back up, like reinflating a little bit. And that is going to be it for its turn.
Okay. Well, good news. The plan has not changed. So, Betty's gonna
Yes.
we're gonna use one of those criticals to smash the Zevrock. So that is a 28 to hit,
That will do it.
and that is I had the number 19, 15, 16, 17. Nope, that's not it. 29
29 damage or 29
damage.
hit?
29
29 damage. Okay. 29 is thing had 24 left.
Whew.
Betty, you watch as this thing splits open like a tornado. It just completely. Sorry, smell cat's weird. It completely just like breaks apart in this swirling wind, and as it does, this serpentine-like creature just covered in feathers with claws of eagles and raptors, both like bird and bat, insect, any type of flying type of creature with like a thunderous crack and like lightning spreading out, swirls up and down, and it wraps its serpentine body around this chaos creature and just squeezes with like this electric thunderous energy that Argus standing on this thing, your claws dug in, it's like the floor is vibrating. But again, no damage to you on that, and again channels itself up and out, and the chaos creature will lose another 10th of its hit points.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And oh man, the urge to just like leap from here is real strong. What's the incline look like on this wall? Is it like a straight 90-degree vertical, or is it kind of?
I've kind of imagined that because it's a tree, it has pretty close to a 90-degree. There's maybe like little bumps here and there, but yeah, I've kind of, in my head, the tree has been vertical because you're at the lower stumps where like branches wouldn't even
Yeah.
necessarily be.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna play it safe. I'd rather not eat it because I took too much fall damage. So, yeah.
Okay.
We'll just head over this way.
You would take half damage because you are Rager.
It's true.
Yeah, I still really don't want to chance it. Honestly, weirder shit has happened.
I get it. No, I get it. Just,
We don't need to traumatize Mochi again this season.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to use this thing's last legendary action here for its turn, and we are going to do a decaying breath. That is a 6 on the die, so it does regain that. So that will be, I believe, just Mochi and Clarence. That is going to be a DC 23 Constitution save.
How many crits we got left?
Can I crit that again?
Okay.
I'm gonna use a crit on that
Okay,
one.
thanks.
Thank you.
I think
Critical base.
it's just Clarence and Mochi like holding hands.
Yup.
just looking up, just like, oh.
Considering we were set to be playing patty cakes when we dimension doored, we're just sort of holding on now.
Okay, so no poison damage, right? So just the necrotic damage. You halved are going to take 21 points of necrotic damage.
I live. Clarence.
Barely.
Yeah,
This
how
is
we
pretty
doing?
rough stuff.
On a scale of 1 to 4, how we looking here?
I'm looking real good. I don't know how Clarence is doing.
Not
Clarence,
real
I'm
good.
here if you need any sort of help.
Oh God.
Cal,
I
we're getting to that point, Cal. We're getting there. We might be at that point.
Just say, what's the safe word, Clarence? Pineapple? It can be pineapple.
What's a pineapple?
It's okay, so most other countries call it ananas, and it's kind of weird that we just call it pineapple because it's kind of like a pine cone, but it tastes nothing like an apple.
Oh, well, pine cones are delicious.
Okay, I feel like we're getting off track. Just say when.
we got our educational tag again.
Next up we have, let's see.
My turn.
Yeah,
Alright.
I was gonna say it's Clarence's turn. Yeah.
It's Clarence. Great. Clarence is gonna hex the thing again.
Okay.
So it has disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
Hex. Okay.
Hex. And then, la 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 la. Clarence is gonna pull out the Camilla's Quicksilver mirror. And it's gonna hold it up to Chaos. Clarence looks like Clarence only has 3 hit points left. And it is like holding hands with Mochi, holding the mirror in the other hand. It's just like breathing really hard. It's just like, Chaos, I told you, we are heroes of the Humblewood, and you will never win. And Clarence holding up this mirror, which means I can force this creature to be frightened. So it does have to make a DC Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, DC Wisdom 16, and it currently has disadvantage on Wisdom saving throws.
Okay. So it, at a base, has a plus 16 wisdom save. So it's going to succeed regardless. Like I
roll a 1.
I did not roll a 1. I rolled a 4 and I rolled a 10. So
Base
Okay.
16
it is a plus
saving throw?
16 saving throw. Yeah.
16.
Its
What
saving throws
the
are Dexterity
hell?
plus 9, Con plus 15, Wisdom plus 16, Charisma plus 10.
Clarence, I think Clarence realizes the mirror didn't quite do what he thought it was gonna do, but still confidently holds it out there, because it still has a reflection. I don't know, man. I don't know
Yeah,
it's
if
ever
anything,
looked
it's
at
like a
mirror.
cat seeing its own reflection. It's like its head tilts, and then it goes to like swipe at it.
Yeah. And then Clarence is gonna be like, cow, pineapples, cow. And that's Clarence's turn.
Okay. Okay. You're sending in Caliban. Let me pull up his stuff here. Okay. Alrighty. Caliban is going to fly out of your bag. Clarence, I'm sorry if this is the end, but if it is, tell them I did my best. And he is going to lodge himself into the roaring mouth of this thing as it prepares its next legendary action to take a chomp at you. It is going to prevent that legendary action. And should this thing take a bite, it will be taking a bite at Caliban. If it takes a breath weapon attack, it will take a breath weapon attack at Caliban. So that is what he does for his turn. The creature's mouth is now basically taken out of the equation. It's a weird way to phrase it. This thing can't bite anymore. So
it's trying to like hack up a hairball. Yeah.
No, you literally, like, it's a corvid beak that has lodged itself long ways in this thing's mouth to the point where it can't like open its mouth anymore and it can't bite down. Its jaw is somewhat like dislodged a little bit, almost like a snake, as Caliban is just like stabbing his beak into the roof of this thing's mouth. Soren, it is your turn.
What I would like Soren to do First of all, we're gonna get about right here. And I think I can still see everyone. Yeah. I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds again.
Okay.
And this is again for everyone. I don't think we're still under Beacon of Hope, so I'm going to roll it. That is 26 HP for everybody.
I didn't drop Beacon of Hope. I've not cast anything else that requires concentration.
What's the range?
What's the range? Is it on you or?
I think it's on you when I cast it, and then you can.
Let's see.
Hang on. Choose any number of creatures for the duration. Each target has advantage on Wisdom saving throw.
Range is
You
30
can
feet.
read that one both ways. Just say it's 30 feet.
Okay.
Actually, I'm actually
Because
gonna choose any number of creatures
I
within
pick
range.
creatures when I cast it.
Yeah. So you all should still have Beacon of Hope on you, because
Okay.
you were
Except-
targeted at the time of the casting of the spell.
Except for Argus, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so that's 44 for everybody with Beacon of Hope and 26 for Argus.
Great.
And for my bonus action, same thing again when it comes to the sand. I am tossing it at him. Actually, no, I'm not, because he's closer now. Hold on, I need to look at this real quick. Okay. So basically at like his side, there is like, with the power that just left from this air elemental, Soren kind of feels like a little lighter.
Mhm.
And the wind around him starts to whip up, and he kind of like sends out a small dust devil. It needs to make a strength saving throw or take and then it'll take 1d8 slashing damage if it does not, and then it will be pushed 10 feet if it fails.
Okay. That's a 16 on the die. That is
Okay.
plus 9, so it's 25.
Okay. So it'll just take half of that slashing damage then, which is fine.
Okay.
Let me roll that. That is 6, so he'll take 3 slashing damage. But that just exists there now. So he just has to deal with that and exist. That is going to be Soren's turn, but I would like to move the Understone, if possible.
Yeah. Where do you want to ping where you want to move it to?
Oh wait, hold on. That's not right. No, that is right. Okay, so yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And I would like for the Understone to, in its right arm, it starts to like grow like a blade. And because I think this is right, just because I don't fucking know distance. Yeah, that's right. It's a 10 feet reach, so he would slash at it twice with its sword attack.
Go for it.
First hit is a 24.
That'll hit.
Second hit is 23.
Both will hit.
Beautiful. Excuse me. Just gonna go ahead and roll these all at once. $49 points of damage.
Soren, as you strike down this creature, as you bring balance to the literal representation of imbalance, the stones all surrounded except for one remains intact. All the others split forth, shattered, releasing whatever elemental being was inside. And as the stone itself strikes at this creature, you hear it start to just snarl and laugh, and it falls. Argus, it falls from beneath your feet, begins to just collapse downwards. I'm going to say that, again, you can kind of drift to the platform below, but this thing goes crashing through the platform next to Clarence there, and lands with just splayed out in a thud next to the broken remains of the seed stone. And the green of that seed stone, when it touches that creature, the grass and the vines, everything just rots as it touches this creature, even as it lays there dying. And it looks up at all of you, its head craning, struggling to hold its form. It's already disintegrating and smoking, and it's almost like ink dripping upwards and then dissipating into the air. It just looks at you all and says, "What have you wrought on this world? I was chaos, I thought. And then you all came along. Let there be imbalance." And its head falls back, its jaw leans outwards and open, and Caliban's skull just kind of clanks outwards. "I did it!" And we are out of combat.
Fine, right?
Great.
Yeah, totally. Clarence just, I think, like, I feel like Clarence starts quietly crying, but then also hugs Mochi.
While you're hugging Mochi, Mochi also crying, is also just gonna drop a heal into you. So if you could just add 70 more hit points to your, that would be great, because that was
70?
70.
770?
70.
Okay.
Take it.
Okay. Thanks, Mochi.
You're welcome.
It's too close.
At least no one exploded into a pillar of fire. Did anyone else see? You know what? No, let's not do that now, because no. This is it. We done. We going home.
Yeah, Soren, what happens now?
What do we do? Is there like a ritual or a magic dance or what?
Do we have to cast mending?
Soren is not saying anything to anybody, and his head's kind of basically just downturned as he walks over to the understone. And he is going to place his hand onto the understone and just sob like the most quiet sob you have ever heard. And as he is like touching this golem that he's created, and he feels the earth in it and the energy pulsing through it, excuse me, with all of everything that Soren has felt from every one of these elementals that has been held into this, right? Because each one of them that they've left, they've like, he's felt them pass. Soren is going to sort of start to glow a very bright white. And I would like to cast Sunbeam continuously until the Understone breaks.
Your golem, as you go to cast the spell, just pats you slightly on the head, and then it stands back, and your beam of sun doesn't emanate from your staff directly. If anything, the roof of
Me.
this cave. Sorry, go ahead.
It comes from me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The roof of the cave fragments, and the sun channels through you, almost like a mirror rechanneling it through, and that golem begins to split apart. And you watch as the cracks begin to form, and this hand, rocky and dirt covered, begins to press against, almost like pressing against a thin layer of glass, and it shatters outwards. Like you feel a rumble at your feet, this earthquake. There's dirt spraying upwards, and what comes out is almost not unlike the golem itself. It's almost as if a mountain-made humanoid, a great rocky being with these very solemn, deep-set gemstone eyes that looks down at you. A bit of fractalite formations out of it. Parts of it almost look like they're made of like ore veins. And it nods solemnly to you and presses itself into the wall, and in this gold, soft golden amberish light channels its way upward and out.
For my reaction, just because this has been something that has like held my like life together, so to speak. This is what Soren had like aspired for, being able to be here and be able to tend to these stones and being able to like just have this for a second. I would like to cast Absorb Elements just so I can feel it for a second.
In this place where elemental power has resided for so long, it's maybe a bit overwhelming at first, until like it's feeling like way too warm and then way too cold, and then like and in a moment you feel that balance. You feel you've always heard about the great rhythm, the balance of life and death and of the elements, and here more than any other place, that was where that was meant to exist. but you realize in this moment that attempting to harness these things only imprisoned them. It made an artificial form of balance. These things may be forms of chaos. They may individually all be discordant with one another, but together, given the opportunity to check each other, given the opportunity to meld and mesh and create the world around you as they do, you feel that connection that you've only ever heard the elders talk about before, that moment where you have understanding. And that's you. You are everything for just a moment. You can sense the heartbeat of everything in this world. You can sense the growing of plants and the rotting of decay, and also the spray of ocean and every living creature for just a moment. It's like a cord being plucked. You feel that thrum run through you, that vibration. And then it just dissipates, and you are you once again.
Now, Soren sobs. But then, kind of like mid sob, like wiping their eyes, he starts to like just like descend this little staircase. And I don't even think he has it in him to speak right now. But when everybody's like at the bottom and before like they start to leave, just Soren's just gonna say, "Thank you. You all don't have to come back with me. I'm gonna have to answer for this because this was my idea. So, you guys can go home."
I think as Soren says that, Betty wraps her arm around his shoulders and kind of gives him a little shake. We're all in this together. You didn't do this on your own, respectfully. Whatever's to come, I think we all need to be here for it.
Clarence elbows Argus. Say something.
Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time we were yelled at by a council, so just add it to the list, I guess. And if
That
they
turned
yell,
out pretty good for us last time, getting yelled at by a council.
I mean, do we want to bring this with us so they can? I'm cool with bringing this with us if they want to yell at us. Just to throw it in their literal faces.
This thing?
Oh, we could stuff that in the bag of holding. Easy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just
I mean, it folds. They're different parts.
Oh yeah. This is easy. Folding is my specialty. It's fine.
Wait, Clarence, the mirror. You can capture the visage in the mirror, right? To use it later.
Does it work if the thing is?
It's dead.
I don't know.
It's dead.
You can just be like, "Look, this is what we just destroyed. You're welcome."
This is in your basement.
Okay, first of all, you can only fold something 7 times. Second of all, can your mirror absorb objects? Because in rules-based, a body is an object.
I thought it like just held on to like the visage of the thing in the mirror.
So it can store the reflection of a creature that I can then transform into.
No,
I
don't do that.
Better.
I'm so sorry. I didn't read this item. Shit.
Better.
I don't think I get the stat points. I just get the change appearance option.
Oh, okay.
To appear.
Jesus
to be
Christ.
Good thing you got a 16 plus 16.
I do have a plus 12 to performance, so you never know. But no, it says specifically creature, so I don't think so.
Yeah, this was a CR24 creature.
So what I'm hearing is we level up again.
I think that's only fair.
Hey.
Let it never be said that CRs aren't bullshit. They absolutely are. Granted, there was a little bit of puzzle to this, and the breaking of the stones obviously took away some hit points, but you all fucking kicked ass.
How big is its head? I mean, we could just take its head.
The head, I think, category size is large, so...
Well, I can fit that in my net.
Oh, great.
Just take it off and wrap it in my net and just...
So, who has a cutting weapon? I think
Me,
that's the good
I
question.
have the axe.
Okay, you have the axe, that's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
It's not the tree felling axe, but, you know, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
I think as Betty's taking care of that in the background. Maybe like with Argus's help there.
Yes.
Clarence
It's
is just
splashing
gonna,
everywhere.
It's just gonna like take Soren's hand and like walk out to the next room.
Twist the
What
clockwise. What are you doing?
Don't look back. Don't look back.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Betty. You don't need to see that. Soren, we didn't become heroes of the Humblewood without breaking at least 20 rules, laws, and regulations. Yeah, that is never gonna equal the catastrophic damage that we have done to these stones. Because while they may not talk to me, I know that they talk to you, and I know that they meant something else to you, and something more. And if we could fix it, I would totally want to fix it. But I think you're gonna say that there's no fixing it. And I'm really, really sorry that it had to happen this way.
Yeah. There's. Did you hear what it said? It said that we were chaos. And that's. This is. I feel like this. Choosing to break the stones, I feel like it might have been more than just my little village or whatever. And he's like sniffling. He's like, Clarence, did we just doom the world?
I think the world gets doomed with a louder bang than that, honestly. Like we would probably be feeling like some pretty intense earthquakes and some really chaotic storms and, probably just life seeping out of every little thing around us. Just guessing on what that creature could do. While I can't logically and confidently say no to dooming the world, I just think we need to work a little harder to tip the scales back into balance.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. And kind of is like twiddling with like the fabric of his cloak right now and just like it. Gotta get out of here though. Like this, I don't want to be here anymore. This just makes me feel worse.
That's fair. But I hope that one day you can at least see the good, even though there was so much pain and so much hurt and so much destruction. But it was in the name of something ultimately that might help people.
and he just hugs you as thanks, Clarence. Is Mochi okay?
I think Mochi could use a hug.
Well, they looked like they were when the center stone broke. It looked like they wanted to cry. Why?
Remember the Gerbine with the sword?
The one at the end?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was Marley.
That was Marley?
I always knew Marley was moving on to something great and awesome and still kicking butt somewhere. But I don't think Mochi quite sees it that way.
And their little tail is like slumped, and it's just like, God, okay, we got it.
You should go hug Marley. I'm not Marley, Mochi. God damn it.
Don't hug Marley right now. That's gonna hurt.
I was gonna say, that's the rudest way of telling someone to go die in a fire I've ever heard.
Go hug an inferno.
Go hug
Okay.
Marley, you animal.
Okay, with that, I'm just gonna cast Investiture of Flame on myself and just burst into fire and go,
There you go.
just gone.
And
Like,
that's
sure,
the end
I'll
of
just
season.
let me just croak. Oh, but yeah, just gonna give Mochi a hug. It's just like I feel like Mochi's back is towards Soren, and then they just like run up and just hug them. I'm just like, I'm sorry about Marley.
I think as she does have her back to you, and as you're running up, you would hear her finishing up ascending to Sobe, where she's just going,
Snitch.
you know, Soren's hurting right now. Swear to Hath, be nice to him or I will end you. Just prepping your sister for our return.
But yeah, just a full on hug. I'm sorry about Marley.
I had a little time to think about it, and even though I am still very upset, I think having Marley not bound in a stone with a fire demon, but instead released, is probably better in the end. I don't think Marley was the kind to want to be bound into an elemental stone. Though she did like her bakery, so she was like a homebody, but I don't think an elemental stone is like home. So I think in the end, breaking the stone and setting dead Marley spirit, fire Marley, free. I'm just gonna interpret it as freeing her, and then I feel a lot less shitty.
I think Marley might be an elemental now. Like an actual spirit of fire. So even if they're still here.
So they're not actively causing destruction. I think she'd be down with that. Maybe she can go work in it. She can work in a bakery again.
She kind of is a bakery now.
Yeah, she can do the ovens.
Fucking
She
Sword.
loves ovens. She gets to be an oven.
She gets to be an oven.
Listen, I have tried. I quit. Sword is trying to
Fair.
make Mochi feel better, and you said this.
No one can hear me. No one can hear me.
Just imagine there's like a fourth wall between us and Derek.
God, get out of here.
No,
Hath is a goddess of trickery. I think she'd probably be in Mochi's head, like, well, she is kind of a baker, I'm just saying, like.
But yeah, no, but she's not. I kind of have to deal with the fact that she has been in the stone since she exploded in front of me. That we're gonna put that in a little lead box and put it away for now. But she's not in the stone anymore, and I think that that is what I'm going to be focusing on for the immediate future, because I have to not collapse right now.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the. Can we get out of here, please? Are they done yet?
I would love to be out of here. Are they done yet? Argus, do you need more healing?
Clarence goes skipping in to like check on them and also to get Cal.
Yeah.
Are you guys done yet?
They're losing it out there. Come help me.
I think while they're having that conversation, and we're in the middle of doing the excavation part.
Good word.
Thank you. I think he's just like, so how does it feel to be a hero that saved the world?
Did we?
Saved it in this instance.
Guess we'll see.
I mean, as chaotic as it sounds, everything in the world is chaos of some kind, to someone, to something.
True.
Elements are chaotic to one another. People are chaotic to one another. Don't let the words of a dying guy influence you that harshly. Especially that guy. That guy was a dick.
Yeah.
Well. And if there's more chaos, then that just means there's more shit to do. Not be bored.
Don't you want some time off? Maybe?
Time off for me is talking to people, and I'm not good at that. So.
Well, I meant like, Jasmine.
Jasmine is definitely the talker. And if chaos is brought to our doorstep, it won't last long. So there's that. As much as a break sounds nice, if I'm not given a break, I'm not mad about it.
Fair enough.
What about you? Are you up to face chaos if it shows up again on your shores?
If it is needed, if I am needed, I will heed the call, but I hope Mochi can get a break. Mochi needs a break.
Yeah, they do. I will thank you again for being there for them while we couldn't be. So.
She talked about you all a lot.
I hope opinions matched the stories.
I would say only good things, but I mean, Mochi. She... Emotions are so much for everyone, I think. But I think this, and she kind of like gestures around with the axe, gesturing specifically to where the Cinderstone was, the red shards littering everywhere. I think this was a lot last time, and I think that it hurt her in ways that she's not yet shared with everyone. So,
well, hopefully seeing them again so suddenly gives them the motivation to. You can't really make somebody heal if they don't want to heal. So
this is true.
If they feel like talking, we'll be there. Especially since we don't have to save the world for at least. I'm going to give it 6 months. I'm going to give it 6 months to save the world again. But in the meantime, I have to have a ceremony and invite people. That we had to kind of put things on hold when they went on their diplomatic mission. So technically, we're not married in the eyes of law,
The law.
Half.
but in the eyes of
In the eyes of half.
in the eyes of some god or some law. So
You
I
have
still
ceremony.
Could do that literally right now.
Hello,
You
Mochi.
just find your wife, and it's gonna happen.
Mochi, I was gonna say I need to officially invite you all to my wedding because I hadn't had it yet because my wife got kidnapped. So you
Valid.
didn't miss anything. There's no party you missed.
Yeah.
I know that
Okay,
that's
good.
I've heard whisperings of you two talk
We
about
were-
it.
We were planning your honeymoon.
Don't have to do that. I was already planning that with Jasmine.
No, but we're planning a better honeymoon with crime and fighting.
Don't tell Jasmine that, or you will
Oh.
see the wrath that I love.
This feels like the perfect conversation to be like walking out back into the
Yes.
sunlight too.
Plop a dead
Yeah, well, we have to get back on the
Eldritch
boat.
Being's
don't we?
head on the doorstep. Be like, this is what you have to deal with. Deal with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we do have to get back on a boat.
So this is the conversation we have now. Betty has the net fully loaded. We have walked out to the boat. We are loaded onto the boat. We're going back to the. Is Soren's sister at the boat?
Yeah, she was waiting for you
okay,
outside.
yeah,
Sobe's
yeah.
out there.
Does
So-
the
so
sky
bad.
look better, or are we? Does it look like we have absolutely doomed the world right now?
The sky is just black and swirling and
That's
oil
literally- that's
spills.
in- Quite literally what I'm
Skyrim
looking
bought.
for.
It's you fucked up.
Like,
It's just
oh,
a black hole
Ganondorf
now.
appears.
oh, great.
No, the storm has dissipated. The storm that you were connecting now has the same coloration as the creature that you fought, perhaps a manifestation of that chaos itself. But the storms have cleared. The sky is clear. It is no longer raining. The sun is shining down, and even around you, the plant growth around you seems to have revitalized itself. You know, the Humblewood took time after that winter with the snow melt and everything, but it's like you've removed an infection almost immediately. Like there was something here that was not meant to be, and so this part of Everden is as it should be for the first time in a very long time. Sobe just kind of claps her little gecko paws. They stick a little bit as she does, and she goes, "Oh, you all made it. I saw some things coming out, and I was really worried, but I'm glad you're okay." Why do you
Doesn't
look so
say
upset?
anything. Just hugs her.
So Mochi's mouthing, hug him.
Hug the
Just-
boy.
Let's just go. We can go home. We can go home.
Wonder how long that's gonna last.
As long as you wanted to.
They're gonna kick me out. Gonna be
No one's
banished.
kicking you out. No one's kicking you out.
I destroyed the
Not if I have
stones.
anything to do with
We
it.
destroyed the stones.
Oh shit. Well, they're gonna be mad.
Exactly.
As they're having this conversation, Betty kind of walks by and like slides in between the two of them, and she's like, "Soren,
Hmm?
you have a home with us. There's more than enough room with us."
Eldora's gonna be so pissed. You're gonna be okay though. I'm not gonna let anybody do anything to you.
Elbow to
What?
Sobe behind her, like in the gut.
I'm honest to the fault.
Shut up.
Like Mochi will like sidle away so Betty's elbow wouldn't reach, and Nez goes, "Besides, Plan B, kill the council, and you can still live here. Don't worry, we've done worse."
Where's her elbow?
No, this is no.
We've killed councils
Oh, this
before.
is on fire.
This is fine. That one's fine.
This is pretty normal, actually.
Oh my lord.
I like to think that as this head in the net is probably very
It's in the back of the
gooey.
boat. Everything's great. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Is it
No, no, no,
oozing?
no.
Like, is it leaking? Is it
I'm
solid?
assuming
What
it is.
Are we?
S-
Is there
so
a trail?
a lot of the like gooey bits all kind of dissipated in that inky kind of dissipation. There's kind of a skull left with like a little bit of like bits and pieces hanging off of it. It's not gooing at all. It's just it's kind of just clunking behind you. It's kind of tough to fit through the door, really.
Figured.
Picturing Cal
Pivot,
in one
turn,
hand
pivot.
and that skull in the other hand, and just like a skull puppet show.
Oh my
Yeah, the skull is large, so that's
Yeah.
a pretty sizable puppet show.
Argus would
Um,
have to do it.
Even better, if it is not gooing and leaking everywhere, we'll tow it along in the water behind the boat. That'll make it easier.
It's the skull definitely. It looks. If you've ever seen, actually, that's I think a line. There's certain affectations that bones can have where they become semi-porous and almost
Mhm.
spike. Different like yeah, it's almost like bone spurs all over it. So it is kind of porous. It does float.
Gross.
Clarence, I'm assuming you picked up Caliban.
Yes.
Did I do okay, Clarence? Did I do all right?
That was really good, Cal.
I thought that was going to be the end for sure.
Nope. See? Doing the right thing isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I suppose not.
Yeah, see? You did the right thing and now you're totally okay.
And now we have more time to take over the world.
There it is.
Well,
In a beneficial sort of way. Benevolence. A benevolent dictatorship. No, that's not the word I
No,
want to use.
no.
Autocracy?
we can go through the thesaurus and dictionary. Make some flashcards.
You all traverse back to the home of Soren and Sobe, and as the canoe is kind of pulling up, there are more and more Tilia and folk from all of the other tribes who are kind of gathering on the banks now, especially with this thing you're dragging behind you. And a cheer kind of goes up as you are docking, bringing the boat to the riverside. The elders come up to you, led by Soren and Sobe's personal elder. And Petros kind of comes up holding, moving his staff along with him. Well, how'd it go?
Sorry, there's a child screaming outside of my window. I didn't think you wanted to hear that.
All
We'll
good.
just
We can
assume
pretend
it's one of the
village
elders.
children.
Caliban is like,
Ah! Just need to get that one out.
Anika gestures back to the skull.
As we've like gone through and come back, I think yeah, that's about right. Soren's pissed now. Um,
You've moved
Yeah.
through grief directly into anger.
stages.
Uh-oh. We skipped a few.
Stages here.
The skull has been brought onto like the riverbank, and the children have all grabbed sticks and are just hitting with sticks.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah.
What didn't you tell us?
We told you everything.
You always told us that the stones were the scales of Gebo and that they were here to protect us. No one ever said that they were prisons.
Petros, like his brow furrows. You see Eldora, who just like crosses her arms. Sasso, who's the Pexian, just okay. Bosch is just clicking those claws together.
You sent us in there. You knew what was in there.
You sent us in there to die. I'd like to point that out.
We sent you in there in the hopes that you wouldn't die.
I specifically remember that conversation going a little bit differently.
It's a possibility. I want to make you aware of the complications.
You sent us in there.
Complications.
with chaos.
It's a pretty big complication. She gestures again.
Soren, the fact that they held things in there, the scales of Gebo it's an allegory. They held our balance together, and once you got old enough, you were going to learn that truth, but you just hadn't reached that yet.
Don't talk to him like he's a child.
I'm not talking to him like he's a child. I'm talking to him like he's not an elder. He's still learning and growing, and that's not a...
And yet you were willing to let him die. For all of you. For nothing. If he didn't come back, we wouldn't have made it out. You'd still be in the same situation.
We would. He was the best chance I thought we had. It's why we sent him to the Humblewood. It's why we sent him forth. He's always been the best of us. But he is still young. Soren, I am sorry that you did not have the full truth. I had hoped that you could deal with whatever that thing was, chaos or otherwise, and that you would return, but you were the best chance, and if you couldn't do it, then yes, we would be in the same place.
Soren has swallowed his anger now, and he is at acceptance.
Oh, you were speed running those stages.
That's cool. Betty can be angry for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, Betty's good at raging.
Yeah,
Mechanically.
real good.
Mochi's just pissed at the ageism. She's 9. She's a high priestess. Age is a number.
So
Soren, too young.
Soren, like a wave of calm, like the same wave that he got when he felt everything washes over him, and he just looks up. Okay. Well, I don't know how to tell you all this because I don't really care anymore. Stones are gone. Whatever you guys were holding, whatever you were keeping locked in there, those elementals, they're free. Like they should be. Like nature is supposed to be. Like what you taught us is supposed to be. What you taught us was supposed to mean something. But no, apparently it only means something to those that you're talking to because you don't abide by that. So now that all of the elements and now that they're free, why do we need a council then? Why do we need elders? For you just to lie to us again? What are you gonna do? If I didn't come back, like Betty said, what were you gonna do? Send my sister in there? Instead of doing it yourself? I can't believe I used to look up to all of you, including you. Looks at the toucan lady. And all you did was use us.
Like no eyes are looking, like meeting yours at this point. Even Petrus is just looking on and nodding. These are truths. There's nothing untrue about what you said. You have every right to what you're saying. I can't tell you that what we did was right. I can't tell you that it was perfect. It was clearly not. It was the best that we had at the time, intensely flawed though it was.
I don't forgive you. All you had to do was tell us the truth. You sent us in there, and he motions to this fucking monster chaos beast. You sent us in there to die because you knew what was in there. And I get it. It's also a part of nature. Chaos is it's what causes the elements. It's what causes life. But that doesn't mean it has to be a bad thing.
You are wiser than we ever gave you credit for.
I had a good teacher. And looks at Sobe.
Petros turns to the others. What can be said in the face of truth? Besides, I'm sorry, and you were right. I cannot tell any of you what to do, but I will be renouncing my status as elder, and I will be going into self-exile.
Now wait, that's a little harsh. Nobody said anything about that.
Little
What
extreme.
all elders must do. I will return to nature in my time, but I'm going to start taking some baby steps.
No.
We live in a jungle, Soren. Exile
No!
just means I'm going 100 feet that way.
You do not get to just run. None of you just get to run off into exile and not fix what you've done. All of you are staying. You can renounce being an elder, but you stay here and you fix what you've done. You don't just get to leave.
Turns back to the others. I'm not going into self-exile.
Y'all get to stick around and clean up your own messes.
Let's say 10 years of community service. That's what you're getting.
You just want us to keep cleaning up your messes. It's not happening.
I have no ground to stand on. And that's kind of a tough thing for our people.
And like, Soren is going to hug Petros and is like, I still love you, Grandpa. You just pissed me off.
Old people tend to do that. Soren, I can't grant you elder status. That's not up to me. But you're the closest thing we have now. I'll do what I can to teach you everything that I know. And try to unlearn some things myself. But whatever comes next, I know that should you want to, you will be able to do great things in this world. And that might mean challenges, and it might mean rites of passage. But you've passed every test so far. Life is full of them, and I have the utmost confidence in you.
And just very tears. It comes back and it's just like okay. Now for the rest of you. Anything to say?
Dora's arms still crossed. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm glad we didn't have to send in an army. I should have trusted you more.
And
I renounce my status as elder, and I will do my best to clean up the mess that we have all made. Sasso just goes, well, I didn't know about any of this shit. I didn't know that there were things inside of him. Nobody fucking told me that. But I'll still renounce my status as elder, because apparently nobody wants to tell me anything anyway.
you suck.
Bosch is just clicking the... I really like being elder. But
I really like Bosch.
I made a mistake. So I'm gonna take some time and think and try to be and do better. And I apologize for endangering the world through the imbalance that we created by harnessing powerful elementals inside of stones that were essentially eggs, and then allowing those to crack open, allowing chaos to essentially sap off of them and feed off of them for way too long, and essentially causing a magical storm that enveloped almost the entire world and made things really miserable for everybody.
Maybe I don't like Bosch.
It's
That was a
important to
lot.
own up to the things that you're sorry for.
I mean, they laid out the entire list of sins. Like they
It's like-
laid it out fully.
That's a lot worse when you actually say it out
Just
loud like
say it
that.
out
None of it
loud.
was
You know?
intentional or on purpose, but I recognize the gravity of it after the fact. Hindsight is 2020, and I don't want to be a Monday morning quarterback, but I think we could have made a Hail Mary here or there, you know?
I don't like Bosch. Okay, I take it back.
Football canon in
Football is canon, yeah. And so are Hail Marys, weird enough.
Oh my
So are Hail Marys. So there's a weird form of Christianity
Hail
out there.
half, full of trash.
Full of trash.
my God.
Clarence is just like, and
And then Azora in the back, just... I never wanted to do any of this in the first place. I was going to leave anyway, so... I still...
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Easy breezy.
Okay. Okay, so there's a lot that we're gonna have to do to clean up this mess. He like looks at the group and is like, I can't do it by myself. Somebody's gonna have to help me to keep these in line.
Not to mention the fact that all of those elementals probably just went back home. Everything's a big place, you know. They didn't all come from here.
Cal? Was that Cal talking to me?
That was Petrus.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, wait.
Now, Caligan could be like, yes, absolutely. In fact, the history says that all of these elementals came from different parts of different continents of Evan.
There it is.
Places
That's
that
it.
really haven't been written about yet. Maybe in the next Humblewood book that's coming out soon to Kickstarter. Probably they'll detail those worlds a little bit more, and the GM won't have to piece together so much of just like a couple of PDFs that they've been kind enough to release about the Tangle Wild.
Oh, hilarious. Y'all are great. Y'all are fucking great. You guys also have a home here too. I'm probably gonna be bouncing between the Humblewood and the Tangle Wilds just so I can see you guys.
If we can have like, we can make like a little shrine or like a little temple to Hath here. I can help with that because I can teleport between little magical circles I make in holy places, and we can just ping pong around together because I have word of recall now.
We can make you a room. You get so
Yay! Oh, and I have an observatory at home, and we can just go everywhere.
And you have two ships, essentially. One that you've hired, and then another one that now belongs to Argus's wife.
Yeah,
Oh
but
shit, we have a whole gay-ass fucking captain we gotta deal with still. Shit.
but with word of recall, we can still visit even when the wake worms are fucking.
True.
Putting it out there.
Even when.
Yeah,
Isn't
we were gonna
magic
go on
incredible?
vacation, but it was wakeworm fucking season, so you know, had to postpone.
I love it here. This was
Congratulations to Mitch, real quick, for winning that giveaway. I guess it pays to give complications and crits and everything else. It doesn't literally, but also congratulations on winning those minis.
Soren is very happy with his with this situation because even though he's technically like the leader of 5 tribes now, which he was not prepared for at all,
I will help you out.
he's chilling.
Okay. Well, I think that's as Soren chills. That is a good enough place to end season 2. Dang. What a lot more than 12 episodes. That's great. I'm very very happy with how well this went. I am also bummed that it's done now. That doesn't mean there's not going to be a season 3, and it also doesn't mean that every one of these people has to come back if they really don't want to, and it doesn't mean they have to play the same characters if they do, and all of that is going to be decided later. But that has been Humblewood Yonderbound, season 2 of our Humblewood series. I am Derek Sword. I've been your GM for this game and many games here. I use he him pronouns. I'm going to have these very lovely people say more about themselves, and we should find more of them. I highly recommend you do. I'm going to say just right up at the top, you should cast them in your games. You should buy the stuff that they make. You should follow them on social media at the very base. Regardless, please show them any support that you can, tip to Ko-Fis and everything else like that. Shadow, if you don't mind starting us up.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me everywhere relevant at Shadow Sylvia. I have had the wonderful honor of playing Clarence at the College of the Undead Road Bardlock this season and the previous season when Clarence was just a bard. Yeah. I do lots of things. Just go ahead, find those socials, whichever ones you would like, and find out what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. April's a pretty big month for me. I have a lot going on, so keep an eye out for all of that. Oh, but I'll see you on Tuesday because it's gate night, and we're here. Here is gate night on Tuesday. We're having an extra special date night, so tune in for monster shenanigans.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shadow. Next up we have Liz.
Don't know how to follow that. Hi, friends. I'm Liz. I have been Bettie this season, and we got just a little bit of Marley today, which was really nice. But I have been Bettie, your Path of the Storm Herald barbarian, who really honestly didn't rage quite as much as I expected her to this season. So maybe we'll see how that goes next season. Maybe we'll let our emotions get away from us a little bit more. I am here. This is the only place to find me streaming currently, but I do write solo TTRPGs, so check out my socials. All of my links are there, and there are some new things coming, so stay tuned.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Liz. I'm going to interject real quick because there was one thing I forgot to say. We will actually, so season 2 is wrapped. We will be back next week for essentially a combination of Sword and Tea and Humblewood, where we'll be doing a chat interview show. So if you want to participate in this Q&A, if you have any questions you'd like to ask for the cast, for myself, about the game, about the world, about character choices, or really anything, even questions about what constitutes a sandwich, you can submit those questions in a number of places. I'm going to say the best place is probably going to be the Humblewood chat on our Discord. However, if you join us live, it's going to be same time, same wonderful place, probably not 3 hours or 4 hours like this one went. You can always post the questions live as well. But if you post them beforehand, our lovely host LD will have the opportunity to read those beforehand and prep them. Next up we have Queon.
I couldn't find the unmute button. Sorry, I lost it. Hi. Oh God, I'm Queon. I go by Brother Queon across all of the internets, and I played Soren Dryspell, this little circle of sand druid. He might do a, if he comes back for season 3, he might be doing a subclass reclass. We'll see. And I guess he is kind of like the luckiest unlucky Tilia, because luckily he didn't die. Unluckily, set loose a fucking Armageddon. Who knows? But yeah, if you enjoyed what I brought to the table here, you can find me across so many different places. You can catch me over on Batty Bards, where I am the GM, and I get to terrorize my players with all of this amazing lovey-dovey BS for World Replica. where my players are isekai'd into a video game and their best friend gets to terrorize them and torment them. And then that just gets to traumatize them with past histories and things. It's great. They loved it. I loved it. Seems like people like it too. It's great. But before that, you can catch me over on Folk and Myth on Tuesday, where we will be diving deep into the pyramid. I have no idea even what the fuck's happening. There's so many secrets in that pyramid. All I know is I will be playing a nuclear scientist with a chip on his shoulder, and I'm very excited to see how this goes. I got the go ahead from my GM for something coming down the pipe that I can actually mention this now. Shout out to Jenna over on the quote unquote Dagger Forge. It is not official yet, but I love the name for it and it's gonna be a thing soon. Where I get to play a hard charging zombie slaying tiefling. I guess that's the easiest way I could say it, because Pangs of Fangs is coming your way and I can't fucking wait. It is a Curse of Strahd Tale and it's going to be so good. So good. Last thing I've got going on, you can catch me Friday over on Charm Party with Gloria, where I will be playing Silica, just a little snake lady who sells tea and doesn't have anything against somebody who happens to sell another drink of choice down the road. It's just magical coffee dates. It's great. I am very excited to see how this goes. And I can't wait to be back with this lovely group of people playing this game again. I've had so much fun doing this.
Been absolutely incredible having you here. Thank you so much, Queon. Next up, we have Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns. Who knows if Mochi returns for season 3? She might just be in therapy at that point, or she might be an ascended high priestess. We'll find out. We'll talk. I will be back here on Sundays, either somewhat organized, because I'll be running a Tales from the Loop game soon, where our intrepid teenagers have to solve a mystery that may or may not be horror adjacent. Realistically, it's me. It's going to be gross. And then in between, we have our chaotic playthroughs with Eva, where we play games where we spend more time on overlays and music than the rules, but we try. We sort of really try with the rules, but it's always a good time. We just pick little indies that are good for two to 4 players, and we just try. Always a good time. And then after Tales from the Loop, there's more Mothership. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a casting goal for Mothership. So keep an eye out on the Sword and Key Discord, which is where it'll be posted first. And yeah. Mothership, definitely horror. Don't think it's going to be anything but horror. But horror in space. So if that's your thing, keep an eye out. And that's it for now.
Fantastic. Thank you, Anniek. Last but absolutely not least, Christian.
Hey everybody, hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internet. I'm an award-winning TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space. As for projects I'm in, recently, just yesterday, I was able to announce that Telltale Hearts, a POC Unlimited, I believe, and a bunch of other POC projects are coming together for the second annual May the 4th Be With You POC BIPOC celebration. Live stream. I'm not sure if it's 24 hours yet. Just I have to look at that. But we're doing it again. It's gonna be a little smaller this time because that was a big endeavor we did. It was chaotic and so we're crunching down on it a little. But the signups for both producers and cast members is live. You can go check that out on the BlueSky for Telltale Hearts, or you can check out my Twitter. I have it. It is pinned. Is the first tweet on my thing. So you can check that out, sign up, tell some stories about Star Wars, because it shows bigots, fuck you. Anybody can be in part of Star Wars. Suck a Rancor dick. Yeah, that's the big one for me. If we're doing a Q&A, ask lots of questions. We'll have a lot of cool answers for you, I promise.
Amazing. I love that we're going out on bigots should suck a Rancor dick. I fully endorse that. Thank you so much to this incredible cast. This story is theirs in a way that I could not have told it in any way without them. So I appreciate them so very, very much for spending this time, for being as absolutely incredible as they are. Um, like I said, if we come back for season 3, that may be in the cards. I have an idea, but I also respect these people's time and their lives. So we will be back at least next week for that Q&A. Again, you can submit those questions on the Sword and Key Discord, in the Humblewood chat, and you can always submit them live as well. Honestly, if you are friends on Discord with either myself or LD, who will be hosting, just send them directly to us. For Sword and Key's stuff, you can find everything Sword and Key at beacons.ai/sword and key. You can find our socials. Actually, the very top link is our Twitch. You're already there, so you don't have to worry about that one if you're watching this live on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, that's near the bottom. That's okay. Scroll right to the top. If the next link down is Discord. So if you'd like to be a member of our community, which I highly recommend you do, it's where we put applications out first. There is an application out right now for a game that's being run by the wonderful Phoenix Femme 24, Angela. Heroic Chord is the system, and Fragments of Loss is the game. I have not played Heroic Chord before, so I'm very interested in checking it out. But we are going to be casting. We always do try to cast as diversely as possible. Try to always really prioritize marginalized voices as much as we can. So bear that in mind when you're applying. That it's never a personal thing. We are always doing our best to be as representative as possible. But we were always looking for great people. So if you consider yourself a great person, hey, that's step one. Please apply on Discord, or it's probably on social media now as well. Other stuff on our beacons.ai, you can see some of our wonderful affiliates. We have a number of great affiliates like Long Dog Dice. Jen has been incredible enough to guest on Horizon's Call recently. Just ended her guest run, but she makes incredible dice with Long Dog Dice. You can get custom sets, and she has also just released a whole bunch more dice that are coming to the shop very soon. So you are guaranteed to find something that you love, because she will make something that you love. I, in fact, just ordered a custom set that is a variant off of something that she's already made. They are in the curing process now, but I'm very excited to get them. You can use code Sword and Key for 10% off your first purchase. If you go to Beacons and click the link there, it actually autofills the code for you. We're also affiliates with Eldritch Foundry. You can use code Sword and Key for 10% off your first purchase there. Eldritch Foundry makes custom minis, no matter how weird and wild your character might be. We're also affiliates with Hit Point Press, the makers of Humblewood. So if you're looking to get a copy of Humblewood or animated spell cards, or the minis like Liz painted, or music licenses, or Island of Sina Una, the Griffin Saddlebag books. I have a stack of them right here, and they're under stuff, so I'm not going to pick them up this time. But you can use our custom link for if you're purchasing anything from Hit Point Press. It's much appreciated. The other thing is you can still donate to Fauna and Flora at any time. Fauna and Flora has been a wonderful charity partner and has donated a lot of really cool stuff. We're going to keep that link open through next week, and you can donate. There's not going to be any, you can't impact our Q&A, honestly, but you can still donate to a great cause. So if that's something you would like to do, it's going to be open, as well as our links to Palestine Children's Relief Fund, or Tiltify for that, Canine Companions as well. And we'll have more charities that we'll be supporting here in the near future. Otherwise, our Beacons has links to, YouTube, where we post our old episodes, a whole bunch of other stuff. It also has links to our podcast, Monster Crush. It's a podcast that I record with my friend LD. We talk about different cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters from myth and how switchable they are. So we just had an episode. We actually have an episode coming out today, but our previous episodes were in the March of Madness, where we were talking about Lovecraftian monsters, had a whole bracket for it. Our next episode is going to be a dinosaur episode, and it gets weird. It gets weirder than usual. I mean, we talk about romancing monsters, and this one gets weird. So bear that in mind. I'm going to be editing it right after this, so it's probably going to come out late tonight Pacific time, probably early in the morning Eastern time. So it should be available to listen probably in the morning, unless you are a night owl. No shaded Argus there. The other thing, let's look at the calendar. So, like I mentioned, Monster Crush will be out later, much later today. Gate Night, as Shadow mentioned, is where LD, she and I play Baldur's Gate 3. However, it's April Fool's, and I am a fan of making jokes in April Fool's, but not picking on people or misinformation. So I'll be honest right now, we're not playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're playing Monster Prom, and it's going to be a great time. And we are going to do romance monsters because apparently that's half my life. It's nautical stuff, a little bit of horror splashed in there, pun intended, and then just monster romancing. So tune in for that. It's going to be great. On Friday, it is the birthday of one of our incredible mods, Gona. It is Gona's birthday. So we do a bi-weekly movie watch in our Discord. It's totally free. You just have to be a part of the Discord to join in. Gona has picked The Birdcage, the 1996 movie with Gene Hackman, Robin Williams, and Nathan Lane. Fantastic movie. And one of my personal favorites. Has one of my favorite moments in any movie. So feel free to tune into that. Horizons Call will be back at 3 p.m. Pacific time on the 5th. We'll play every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then, like Anniek was saying, she's going to get her her time slot back here soon. So check out our Discord for applications when they go live for any future games that Anniek is running, unless they have already been cast. And then again, Gate Night plays every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I will probably have a casting call out here in the near future for Chris Captains of Cthulhu. We had a wonderful Sword and Tea, and that's probably something I'm going to run in maybe late April, early May for April for the Arts. So keep an eye out for that stuff too. I just need to get that stuff organized. But in the meantime, we're going to have lots of applications out. Discord's the best place to be. Social media is second. And again, social media is BlueSky and Instagram. For the last time this season, special thank you to you in the audience. Thank you so much for the donations you have made to Fauna and Flora International. Thank you to these wonderful people in the cast and production. I do want to send out a special thank you to Mikyl Sandoval for the artwork, and to Eva and Kaila, who have both done production work. Shadow, I'm pretty sure, has done some like production work in there a little bit too. But Mikyl Sandoval, you can find him on Instagram and BlueSky. It's at MIKYL Michael, but not the way you think, and then Sandoval. That's how you remember it. He also has a personal channel on our Discord, so you can see all of his art there. But all this Humblewood art, that's all him. So special thank you to them, and again to this cast for spending all this time, for donating their time to essentially charity and to raising hundreds of pounds sterling as the money is converted. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this on Sundays. I appreciate the break all the same, but I'm going to miss seeing your faces. I hope you all enjoy sleeping in, or going to bed at a decent time, looking at Anniek. Yeah, and until whatever comes next, remember to take care of yourselves and others. We will see you next week for the Q&A at least. And until then, and ongoing, honestly, always keep the Humblewood motto in your heart. And that Humblewood motto is no body, no crime, no drama. We'll see you next time.